Highway. You'll get $200 off trifold hard bed covers, 30% off select lift kits, and 25% off window tint. Visit TotalOffRoad.com.
If you were affected by the recent hailstorms in our area, Hudco Roofing would like to help. For more than 2 decades, Hudco has been a Louisiana company run by Louisiana people using Louisiana products. Do business with someone you know. HudcoRoofing.com.
You want a dry and cozy car, but your windshield leaks water and makes your car wet and smelly. That's why you need Advanced Windshield, the problem solvers in auto glass repair. We use quality parts and tools to ensure a perfect seal every time. Visit us at AdvancedWindshield.com.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. on Friday, March 8th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 77. In hour one of today's show, we'll talk about the latest with the New Orleans Saints and Michael Thomas, also some LSU baseball and a football spring practice report. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. And you can also watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo! What's up, y'all? Welcome in. Oh, TV. It's Friday, and the vibes are immaculate here in studio. Not is it only the weekend, but it's a big-time sporting weekend coming up, man. Nothing really to recap from last night, but a ton to preview. So very excited for today. It's going to be a fun 3 hours. It's Friday, folks. Let's just relax, unwind, have a good time, make it through this workday, and go on to enjoy whatever fun shenanigans you have planned over the next 72 hours. How we feeling, guys? Jake, what's up, man? Turn it on. There we go.
You feel like Party Bob right now.
I am Party Bob. I clearly have a Party Bob Purple Pants fit on. Around, a little before noon. I will hit the road for the friendly climbs of the 318 and head to Toledo Bend, where I will spend the next 54 hours drinking copious amounts of beers with the boys. And, I mean, if that's not what life's all about, then I don't know what is. So I'm very excited. We got bocce tournaments on deck, basketball, Pirateer board games. It's gonna be a time. It's bachelor party part 2 for the little brother.
Did we already figure out who had to go to the airport?
Man, I didn't want to say this publicly because it was such a good idea, but they wussed out and the guy's got a rental car. Yeah, I know. I wish I could tell you that somebody lost the tournament and had to drive an hour at midnight, but no. I guess they've reached that adult point where you can legally rent a car and whatnot. And so, that's not the, but you know what? It's okay. There's plenty of tournaments and competitions left to be had. There will still be a FIFA tournament. And just know I haven't been on the sticks in a few years, but I have so many hours logged in FIFA. There's only like 2 players I'm worried about. I'm about to beat some ass.
Bo, one of them?
Yep, Bo's one of them.
Yeah.
And my buddy Ian, we've been battling for all those years that I was playing. So, but yeah, all of his friends, no chance. It's like your kids, like if they ever want to see me in Fiefs, they already know where to find me because they gonna get worked over harder than Wet Rooster 420 did in Rocket League. Haven't touched that in a few years. Alondra, what's up? How we feeling? What's going on?
Feeling great.
Got any concerts or anything this weekend on the docket?
No, not this weekend.
Okay.
Got Riley Green coming up in a couple weeks though.
What about you, Taylor? You just calling high school baseball all weekend?
No, I have 0 high school baseball games this weekend.
Hell yeah.
Board up some Dune? LSU game.
Oh, you already saw it.
I saw Dune last Friday.
Yeah, you already saw it. That's right.
Yeah, we We bonded over it. One of our rare bonding
That's
moments.
true. That's fair. I forgot. I apologize.
No, I'm doing good today. Some a-hole forgot to set up Jake's mic, but it's Friday, so
way
we're
to go.
here.
Way to go. Who could that have been? You know, guys, I try to tell you every day how bad Taylor is, and I mean, I don't know. You know, I can show you all the evidence in the world, and if you don't believe it, that's on you.
Well, it's funny. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, I got everything done early. I'm sitting there, and like Jake walks out like right before the show started. I'm like, where's he going? I'm like, maybe he needed headphones, and he comes back in with an entire mic. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
I was going to do a whole bit where I just started talking, and nobody else could hear me, but
that would have played well visually. It would have been very, very confusing to the radio audience.
Yes, that's what I did.
That's just a classic example of, you know, sometimes you find the speck in well, it's not, look, whatever. Yes, you're so tight, locked in on the small details that something kind of just normal or expected can somehow slip past. But look, let's get into this weekend. So here in hour number one, this is what I'm thinking. I want to kind of preview the weekend as a whole. We got to get into Mike Thomas popping off all over Twitter yesterday, really going after Jeff Duncan. And, like, if you read the piece, like, I don't know, man. I feel like I understand why Thomas is going after Duncan like that because that's his personality. And the write-up has a lot of uncomfortable truths for Thomas in it. What I don't understand is the Saints fans like piling on, like, yeah, screw Jeff Duncan. Like, I'm like, what? Like, read the article. What did Jeff Duncan actually do? So, look, if you want to get Chad explained to me, you can. So, I want to get to that. I want to get into LSU spring practice report. Brian Kelly met with the media. You know, it's definitely a situation where we're going to be taking scraps from the table, right? They throw us like a bread rind and some old bacon that's already been half eaten, and we sit there and we try to make an entire meal out of it. But I think there's a couple interesting things to talk about with LSU spring ball. And then, like I said, we'll just kind of preview everything else we're going to have to do. Because, look, you got the Pelicans hitting the road for the weekend. They're going to be in Philly tomorrow, in Atlanta on Sunday. You got LSU softball in Lexington getting ready to open up SEC play against top 25 Kentucky. You got LSU baseball back in the box against Xavier. This is kind of interesting to me. So Xavier this weekend and then 2 midweek games. North Dakota State on both Tuesday and Wednesday before hitting the road to go to Mississippi State. And I guess why I say it's interesting is when Coach Jay came on yesterday, he was already kind of criticizing himself for the scheduling that he did, talking about hitting the road to Southeastern immediately after spending a weekend on the road in Texas. And so I wonder, like, I don't know, I guess the team just feels like it's operating so efficiently that it just feels like a lot of work right before the real grind starts.
Yeah, I guess the timing of it, some teams have done this. I think it was Mississippi State who played Austin Peay. It was the same situation. I think it was a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it was, because we made fun of Rivers because Austin Peay swept both those games. So teams have been doing this, but you're right. I guess maybe the timing of it, instead of playing just one midweek game as you head into, get ready for SEC play. But
I mean, surely in one of these games you see like a lot of backups or something, right?
No.
Or a lot of people you want to try out. You don't think?
No.
I'm just talking about it from a rest standpoint. I'm not talking about from a.
I still don't think so. I mean, look, Jay ran out there, Guidry and Ackenhouse, to close out the Southeastern game. Not even close out, just to stay in the Southeastern game. Well, I guess Ackenhouse did close it out, but those are his weekend arms that he rolled out there. Maybe a couple of guys, maybe, but as you know, I mean, Jay's going to put this lineup together to go win a game.
No, I know. Just, at Mississippi State, the dude, Mississippi State is down, but the dude is still going to be a tough place to play, especially opening weekend where.
Now they won the series against you last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hell, chill. But yeah, especially because it's going to be open. Like, that place is going to be packed. It's going to be crazy. LSU women's basketball. How about this? You know what people love? A trilogy. And you're going to get it. LSU Auburn Part 3. Look, the first two were fantastic, right? LSU losing game 1, an absolute battle in game 2 in which the Tigers managed to win. Well, later tonight in the SEC championship, or in the SEC tournament, I should say, there will be a all-important deciding rubber match. Do we know if Michaela Williams is going to be available? I know Coach Mulkey's been kind of coy with that a little bit.
Game time decision is what Kim's saying.
Yeah. Which says she's not opposed to it, but also obviously we know how Coach Mulkey feels about the SEC tournament. It is all about the NCAA tournament. That said, she was talking about how, a rematch with South Carolina feels like that's what the people want. right? Would draw millions, see if somebody can beat him since nobody's done it yet. So that starts by taking care of a team that's given you more trouble than any other this year, Auburn, which really hung with you consistently twice. And then you got LSU men's basketball, a really important game there. One of those don't screw it up games. You're in the PMAC on Saturday. It's senior day, chance to finish 500 in the SEC, and you have an 0-17 in the SEC Missouri team. Do not let them sneak a jab in on you and ruin what has been a high overachieving season. That's what's on the line here. It's not a postseason burst or anything else like that, but like if you want to qualify this season, or if you want to call this season like an unqualified success, I'd say 500 in the SEC does that.
Yeah.
And you have the literal best opponent that you could to achieve that.
Yeah, I'm right there with you because you lose this game, you got a losing record in the SEC, and it feels like all the goodwill that you built up having 3 ranked wins on your resume kind of goes away.
Yeah.
And I think the offseason conversation is completely different. And it's wild because this is a winless team in the SEC that you're going against, and you're like, really, one game can change the narrative that much? Yes.
Yeah.
It absolutely can. For your record, and you want it to be 500 in league play, and because you don't want to be the lone victory on Missouri's SEC slate.
No. One game, like, why else play the games, right? One game can be the biggest difference. And it's always funny, like, some numbers just hit way differently based on kind of what they are, right? Like 5 what would be a big one? Like 10-6 back in the NFL days, maybe like 9-7. Like there's some numbers where even though it's one game, it feels like
10-6.
And I would say 8-10 versus 9-9 is one of the more drastic kind of differences in terms of feeling.
Yeah, I think I had 2 9-7 seasons in the NFL. They don't feel great. 10-6, okay.
Yeah, 10-6 your goal. I mean,
okay.
double digits. Let's go, dude. So hey, look, if you want to get involved in the show today, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. Get all your comments and everything else in there. And coming up next, where are we going to go next? Do we want to go Mike Thomas or LSU football? Mikey T?
Mike T.
Okay.
It's pretty funny to me. So.
It is. Okay, Mike Thomas popping off. We'll read the tweets, everything else. Coming up next, here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. If you need windows, doors,
or siding?
How'd you guess?
What?
You want Tommy's. Go to GEAUXTommy's.com, GEAUXTommy's.com, and check it out, y'all. It's both vinyl and wood windows, okay? Both vinyl siding and hardy plank. And then any type of door that you could want. So I know it's tax return season right now. Shout out. I hope you got one. If you did, that's awesome. Why not invest in your home, get that project done, spruce it up like you've been wanting to, and make Tommy's one of the bids and let them prove to you why they are the right choice for your job. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding.
It is certainly a company that you can trust. That's why they are award-winning every year. Since 2016, Angie's List Super Service Award. Go to that website, gotommys.com, GEAUX, and check out what they can do. You can find a gallery of all of their work, and you can find past client results as well. Gotommys.com, gotommys.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart...
Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Corks, Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Preston Guy on spring football, Chris DeMulio on baseball. I'll get you ready for LSU and Vanderbilt from the PMAC. Big Friday. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Shout out my guy Jamie in the chat, youtube.com/1045 ESPN if you to come hang out. He says, hey, T-Bob, could you fly a helicopter? Do it to respond. Yeah, of course I could, right? I'm flying one in video games constantly. It's a joystick. I used to have a little remote control helicopter I would fly around. And then to which he said, LOL, told you he could. There you go. So hell yeah. I mean, let's go, Jamie. That's my guy. That's the amount of belief that I need from my friends. That's the amount of support that I'm looking for, Jamie. Thank you very much. See, look, Scott, I completely trust you to be a pilot in that outfit. The pilot we all need. I wonder, we were talking about could you land a plane? And I was like, yeah, just let the computer do it. I feel like are helicopters maybe less controlled by computers than planes nowadays? I don't know. But I can fly both easily. It's just about confidence. You got to believe it. It's like the secret.
This is a man that thinks he can land a plane.
He can do anything, according to
But
T-Bob.
also, I saw you driving the Trash Rangers.
Yeah, and I did
He was
pretty
doing
damn good.
donuts in the truck.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I have to give it to T-Bob. He was kind of whipping that thing.
But you also didn't, the arm was a little wonky there at the first.
I didn't say be the smoothest landing,
attempt.
right? Have the fire trucks ready. We may come in a little hot. Ain't going to be perfect, but we're going to live. That arm's a little, look, I got new respect for the deft touch it takes to operate the arm. But, because I crushed the hell out of that can. And I didn't even know till afterwards. I thought I got it perfectly.
Yeah, T-Bob sent me those videos, and I was like, you're low-key whipping that.
Pierce Lee, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. I agree, we'll get there, but the creator of DBZ has passed. Very sad. So, shout out.
Dragon
Ball Z. Yeah, man. One of the most legendary shows in our lifetime, at least, for sure. Is Catan on deck for the boys? There will be some Catan played, I would imagine, even though we have way more than 4. But, there'll be multiple games going on at any time. And I would expect at least one fight thanks to Catan because it never fails. It is a wonderful yet insidious game that ruins friendships. All right, let's get into Michael Thomas yesterday. So it started coming out yesterday that Michael Thomas not going to be brought back with the New Orleans Saints. Of course, though, that is not a surprise, right? We knew this from day one. last year was a 1 year, let's see if we can do this thing. And it did not go well. It fell apart during the season. You could already know this was coming then when Thomas started popping off at Carr and Allen publicly. And then, so yesterday was just kind of a confirmation of what we expected for a long time, which is why, again, the reaction is a little surprising. But Jeff Duncan writes a piece. The Saints will soon release Michael Thomas. It shouldn't have ended this way. And it just goes through Thomas's tenure in New Orleans, which is, I don't know, Jake, I don't know that I've ever seen a tenure that is so clearly and differently, it's so clearly split in half, right? From when it was going well to the last 4 years where it is not. But it's also, not only is it like split in half, it's just a true tale of two players. I mean, NFL bona fide Hall of Famer for those first 5 years into playing in missing 47 of 67 games. I mean, look, as Jeff writes, never forget, so Thomas bursts onto the scene, sets all the rookie records. He's incredible. He signs that 5-year, $96 million extension. And this is before wide receivers getting paid. This was ahead of the curve. And then I always appreciate this. Never forget, he set the NFL record the year after the contract.
Yep.
Was not a money year. He'd already gotten his money, and then he goes out for 149, 1,700 yards, and 9 touchdowns, only the second Saint to be NFL Offensive Player of the Year. And at that point, Jake, again, it felt like he was maybe the best receiver in the NFL, and who knows how long this go on. Like, this is incredible. And then it just all fell apart, man.
It did.
Like, fast.
I mean,
and never got back.
It just never got back on track. Gosh, it felt like he was going to be a New Orleans Saint for, 12 years.
Yeah.
Which at the receiver position, you just never get a longevity of a career like that. And he's dealt with injuries. Obviously, he's had some disagreements, we'll say, with Derek Carr and others. It's like whenever Drew Brees left, Mike Thomas is still a really good football player, but just something happened there. And I don't know what his opportunity is going to be now. Like, I don't know where he's going to land next, because teams will look at this and they're going to be like, okay, well, what is the value there? Like, what are we going to give you? You made $10 million last year. We're not giving you $10 million. But I'm sure Mike Thomas thinks he's a $10 million player. So, like, a team's going to look at, are you going to be available to us? You hadn't really been available over the last couple of years. No. Right? All of this Twitter stuff, is that going to be something that's going to continue? Because, like, right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm not siding with anybody here. I'm just saying they don't like the extra.
No.
Right? No team's going to want to sign up for that. So I don't know where he goes from here. And it's a shame, because I do think he is a player that, when healthy, can still help teams win games.
So he goes from being that record holder to, then, as we said, misses 47 of 67 games over the next 4 seasons, Jake. And it's crazy, because over 4 years, he puts up stats that wouldn't even have been good for one of his seasons over the first 5. Yeah. I mean, it's still, over 4 years, 95 catches, 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. But that's how good he was. Those would have been subpar numbers for a single year in early Mike Thomas. So I'm with you. The question becomes, will there be a second act? Does he still have anything left in him? What happens if he goes to a Kansas City? Right, who definitely needs receivers. Now, I don't know, maybe him and Kelsey's skill set is too overlapping for them to really be the spot, but like a Buffalo, like wherever. Do you think Michael Thomas can be a part of a winning team and be a really threatening, like, number 2 receiver still in this league?
Somewhere to pay attention to would be Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah, for sure,
him and
dude.
Joe
Him and Burrow seem like they
obviously
would get along great.
Well, they have a great relationship from Ohio State.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, remember the national championship game in
he got
2019. I mean, Mike Thomas was on the sideline of that game, watching his boy Joe Burrow. And if, you want to get rid of Boyd, obviously they're in Cincinnati, he would kind of take over that role. You franchise T. Higgins, you have Jamar Chase. They're different receivers than Mike Thomas is. So
that would make sense.
If Joe Burrow wants Mike Thomas to be a receiver on the Bengals, he'll be a receiver on the Bengals.
Well, and that might be somewhere where you could actually see Thomas being willing to take a discount, because it's a winner. It's a team that you would think is a contender if Burrow is healthy. And Thomas is going to be out for blood to prove that he could still be relevant in a winning team, and he made his money. Like, he's made very good money. If he wanted to take a little less and more just prove that he still got it, that would feel like that's a great answer in terms of landing spot. And look, it's not just that he was hurt during this time, but it's that some of it was preventable. I mean, right? Like, you had an entire offseason where he ghosted the Saints about his ankle, only then to show up at camp and then be like, well, actually, you need surgery, right? After denying it. And so all of these are true facts of what happened. And essentially, this is all Jeff Duncan wrote about, was the complicated highs and lows of the legacy that Mike Thomas leaves behind. And Mike Thomas takes
Are you saying he didn't deserve to be called a hoe?
I mean, no, I don't believe they did. But again, I understand it from Mike's perspective. I'm not, because like he's a hyper competitive athlete, and I've heard he's a bit of a psycho, like in a good way. But like, if you cross him, that's how some guys find motivation. I don't understand the Saints fans piling on Jeff, but he says, Michael Thomas tweeting, can't guard Mike. Jeff Duncan, funny how they plan on releasing me if I was on a 1-year deal. Don't fall for it. He's the same dude that tried to be my friend in season after saying I wasn't the same player in training camp. Next topic. Say next to pick. I'm an idiot. Next topic. Then he says, Jeff Duncan is a hoe, trying to stay relevant, so let's speak on it. The Saints leak information to him to try to ruin players' value, but I'm not broke, so I can speak on it. He is broke, so he needs clicks. Go look at his articles that never end up being true. He tweeted a picture of Jeff in which, it's a classic newsroom picture. He's sitting there, laptop in front of him. Look at this clown. Y'all think he know ball? Yeah, right. Y'all really clicking links to what he writes. Hashtag good luck. Looks like he take them salt things. I know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I was actually trying
I was going to go to you for that one.
I just figured.
I was thinking like the salt on the table. He steals the stuff?
No. I was going to say like some
smelling
kind
salts?
of...
well, he's got those great salt. He has the great like gray hair of the temples that Hal Jordan had in the Green Lantern comics in the 90s that I've always wanted. Makes you look very wise. I don't know. That's what I thought of. I have no idea what them salt things are.
I was thinking like bath salts.
I mean, but this doesn't look like a man who takes bath salts.
I didn't say he did. I'm just saying that's the only thing I can think of.
I reject the joke as being not a good one, because I don't think that looks like, it just looks like a responsible, normal dad. Mike Thomas would go on to tweet, they gonna call you crazy, but it's okay to take no disrespect. Respect comes first. Until y'all catch 149 in 16 games, more 15, but I'll give you 16. Holla at me. Great is great. He said, Drew played 20-something years, I think, and I'm still the only one to do what we did. Make your excuse for someone else. So, Mike in his feels a little bit yesterday, as you can see. Again, the odd part to me, though, was Saints fans then began to pile on Jeff, being like, yeah, screw this guy, he's an idiot. But again, what did Jeff say that was untrue? And it said, and yes, people are linking like the articles where he wrote like Sean Payton's going nowhere, only for him to retire and end up in Denver. And all these other takes. But, like, that's the take game, man. When you sit there and you try to predict the future, like, you're going to be right and wrong. That's just what happens. I guess I just don't understand. Like, I love Mike Thomas because of all the good. There were some really, really good times, okay? But it is not Jeff Duncan's fault. It is not the Saints' fault as to why it all went so awry. And I'm not even saying it's completely Mike's fault. I mean, this is luck in a lot of these situations. A lot of injuries are luck, and it's brutal when you have a run of bad luck that can completely derail your career. And so I feel for him, but like, let's not act like you've just been super happy with Mike Thomas over the past 5 years or 4 years. Don't act like you weren't pissed when he didn't talk to the Saints the entire offseason, showed up and had to get surgery that cost him the entire season because he didn't get it at the end of the year like he was supposed to. Like, everybody has to bear their own culpability in this matter.
This might be something where Mike Thomas is like, good riddance. I get a chance to go somewhere else and
100%.
Play in an offense with a quarterback that I trust and a head coach that is a winner. At the end of the day, like, I don't know what it's going to look like for him, as I mentioned, because where he's at as far as what his salary is going to be, because of injury history, but he's going to get a chance. Mm-hmm. There's no question about that. And I don't know, he might actually come out on the other side feeling better about the situation.
Oh no, I think this is the right move for Mike Thomas. I think he needs to get out of New Orleans. Like even last year, I didn't think he needed to be here. It was kind of like the final gasp. You get back with your ex one more time because you just remember how good the good times were, and you give it one final fling, and then you're like, oh, I remember now why we broke up in the first place. So I think this is best for both parties, without a doubt. And look. Again, because he was so good, literal Hall of Fame good, my brain is so dumb that it takes a long time to change that in my mind. And I still think that in a better situation, maybe he ends up being great. And the other thing is, he's going to be otherworldly motivated to try to prove people wrong. And he's always been one of those guys who's been described as having that kind of F.U. Jordan work ethic. And so, I'm interested to see what he's going to do. But yeah, I think it's best for both parties. I think it's a huge bummer that it ended in the way that it did after what a wonderful beginning it was.
Because now somebody that set records in your uniform and was doing things that nobody had ever done before, like that relationship's over. Yeah. You ain't gonna come back and be celebrated, and
I know.
It's kind of like now, when that happens in the professional ranks, it's not like college. Sometimes in college that can happen, and then through time you figure your way back to campus, and then like Scott Frost at one point will be forgiven for Nebraska, like for as bad as he was as a head coach, right? 10 years from now he'll be able to go back, they'll have a national championship, whatever, and he'll be there. Like in the pros, it doesn't work like that. Like once you're done, you're kind of done.
Even if a new regime comes into play, you think?
Yeah.
Well, I hope that's not true. Because again, he deserves to be in the Saints Ring of Honor. He set so many records, both NFL and Saints records, and I would hate to see him just completely, to throw out the baby with the bathwater because of just some emotionally charged times. But for Thomas himself, man, because he was on that NFL Hall of Fame trajectory and it fell apart, I just hope he can at least have one final "I told you so" season, right? Where he just comes back, maybe it's 1,000 yards, close to 100 catches, maybe it's 100 catches, a little under 1,000 yards, whatever. I hope he has one final kind of gasp where he can fulfill all of that incredible ceiling that we got to see for those first 4 years in the league. So,
actually, I would bet more likely that he will have that than he won't. I feel like he'll go out there, do everything he's got to do. He is highly competitive. We've always known that. He's going to be able to pick a spot now. He's going to go to a spot where he feels like he can do exactly what we're talking about.
Self-awareness, Jeff Duncan with filleted goat if the Benson Mafia ordered it. I don't think that's true. He also says, folks who take the Saints side over Mike Thomas' injury forget the Saints replaced their entire ortho staff for incompetence. Look, I have gone after the Saints and their medical staff with the Pelicans, with the Saints, Delvin Breaux saga. There has been a lot of bad there. It doesn't change. Think of it less as, okay, if you don't want to think of it as me taking the Saints side, it is still objectively Mike Thomas's fault for not getting surgery and doing an entire offseason not getting surgery, only to have surgery immediately when they start doing football. Like that and he's admitted as much himself. So even if he doesn't trust these Saints staff, he's still that's fine. Go out on your own, get your own opinion. I mean, Jake, you can speak of this better than I can, but he went out on his own. He made the wrong decision. There's no gray area there. It cost him a year, a very important year.
After my rookie year, I had to have a knee surgery. It was more than a meniscus, and you get to decide: do you want the team doctor to do it, or do you want to go wherever you want to go and get it done? They can't stop you from doing that. That's part of the NFLPA fought for that for a long time. And so I came back to Baton Rouge. Dr. Bankston did my knee surgery. I rehabbed here because you have that option.
Yeah.
You don't have to have – if you get hurt at LSU, you can go nowhere else. No. Now, I don't know how it is now, but
now they probably just have a private doctor that they pay for, keep on retainer.
Yeah. So the team doctor does that surgery in college. Not
your
the case.
Chef makes your meals.
Honestly, I don't know of a team doctor in the NFL that does surgeries. Everybody kind of goes and does their own thing. Whatever specialists across the country does,
that makes
whatever.
Sense.
If you get a meniscus, they'll probably do that. But
Yeah, that makes sense. But look, this is best for both parties, man. The Saints are in such a weird spot. The culture seems so split. You got to try to bring back people who are on board. Thomas clearly not. And Thomas, again, I think he has a second act left in him, but he needs to be on a winning team. And I love that Joe Burrow landing spot. Dante and Mike Thomas to the Texans, Mike Thomas to the Jaguars. That's the thing. There's a lot of teams where you think about them all and you're like, oh, that could be good. But I think Jake actually hit the nail on the head with the Bengals as maybe being the best one. All right. When we get back, let's talk a little LSU spring ball. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. Somebody said I look like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and some watch me out said more like Fear and Loathing in Chuck E. Cheese. Bring back the animatronics in Chuck E. Cheese.
I think Five Nights at Freddy ruined that.
Freaking makes me so angry. He's got a little sad Chuck in a little sad costume nowadays. You know it's not sad? Central Plumbing. Because for 50 years, they've been fixing up your plumbing situation. Licensed, bond insured, flat rate pricing, excellent warranty once the work is done, 24/7 emergency service. Your one-stop plumbing shop, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552.
When you go to the website, centralplumbing.org, you'll see what they can do for you in the remodel game, and you'll see also that the fleet is ready to go. So if you own a business, you have multiple restrooms, that's fine. They're going to be able to come in and handle that job. Again, go to the website, take a look at it, get it scheduled, centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
Value Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $17,500 off new 23 1500 Bighorn trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $17,500 off new Ram 1500 trucks. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties, so retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
Matt
Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Getting you ready for another weekend at the box as LSU welcomes Xavier and the basketball Tigers wrap up the regular season with Mizzou. Join us, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Happening, y'all. Welcome back. You can keep playing for a little bit, Alondra. OTB. T-Bob, Drake, Alondra, Taylor hanging out with you today. Talking a little Mike Thomas to the States. Let's get into a little LSU spring ball as, Kelly met with the media yesterday, correct, Taylor?
Yeah,
9:30 right after practice. Hey, how about you stop rubbing your eyes, okay? Wake up. What, you didn't get your NOS today?
No, I have something in my eye. I don't know what it is. It's only one eye.
Yeah, it's being a little punk because you're rubbing them.
Yeah.
He doesn't have NOS, though. He has Rockstar.
It's true.
Oh.
I do have
Rockstar
cheating on
recovery?
NOS?
Yeah.
Here,
Well,
come here.
look.
He had Alani the other day,
The
yesterday.
NOS makes
My
me.
wife loves whatever Alani
I've
is.
never tried it.
It's
I
like
don't like
it's
them
like
that
it's
much.
like the mom energy drink. It's like
I don't
all
like them
her and
that
all the
much.
tennis
I
moms.
thought that
are
was
drinking it.
Celsius. That was
That
the mom.
was. Now I think they got.
Well,
I think
I
Alani's
told
moving
you-
in on the block.
I told you the other day I was carrying them in, and I was like, they got me because they were 2 for $5, so I bought them. I
that's
didn't even
right.
like them that much.
Here,
Does
you
the
want me
NOS
to-
still have the screw top?
So the big can does. The normal can they don't go that hard
Yeah.
anymore.
It feels like it's aggressive to have
Yeah.
a screw top on an energy drink.
For
but
real.
That's how much they're giving you.
I like that
You got to
knew,
close
though.
it back up. Do you want me to spit in your eye? Help you clean it out a little bit.
Maybe during break.
I mean,
We can
look,
try.
Why don't we do it
WWJD
on
very
camera?
famously. That's what Jesus did back in the day to heal
I'm
blind
not
people.
opposed to
You think
anything.
you're
If you think
Jesus?
it'll help.
What?
You think you're Jesus just
Yeah,
because
you
you got a
comparing
beard and long
yourself to
hair?
Jesus?
I've been known to bear a cross every now and then.
We all do.
For sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I try to be like him. Just try my best.
You ask yourself, what would he do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He'd spit in Taylor's eye.
I know.
So come here, come on. So Brian Kelly met with the media though yesterday, and okay, here's a few conversations I want to have. First off, the Kyron Lacey catch was badass. I'm excited for DJ Chester. I think there's some interesting talk on the on the O-line too deep. And the wide receiver group may not be the most proven, but Cortez Hankton is. Then we get into some defensive conversation as well. But Jake, here, one thing that Kelly was talking about yesterday, one of the themes of kind of the availability was how player-led this team is. And that makes sense, right? I mean, Nuss has been here now, 4 years? Josh Williams been here 6 years, I think.
If you ever want to know how long that Garrett Nussmeier's been here, he was a backup to Max Johnson.
Wow. There you go.
Remember the Arkansas game, Max Johnson, first series, the rest of the game was Nuss.
So you got Harold Perkins, who's now an upperclassman. Jacolian Gurley's an upperclassman. Major Burns has been here for 17 years.
Major Burns played with us.
And so why I think this is so impactful is not just the natural leadership and ability that comes from being an upperclassman, Jake, but this is now, they've been in the Brian Kelly process for 3 years. So it's a situation where they're no longer learning the process. They are now teaching the process to the next generation. The onboarding is done, and they're now showing the way how to carry yourself day to day, both consciously and subconsciously. And I think that's one of the reasons why when people talk about culture and process and all these other sorts of things, why they generally start to pop in year 3 is it's no longer install. We're just running the playbook.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, coaches don't have to spend as much time teaching the youngins because the old players do, the old heads do. And so a player-led team has the potential to be great. I still just have personnel questions about this LSU team.
There's certainly questions. And this is going to be a team that we go down the depth chart and we're like, gosh, you feel really good about that position, that one, feel bad about that one, feel okay about that one. I mean, we're going to have all of those conversations. Now, I will say the defensive staff, because a lot of the questions that we're going to ask are going to be on that side of the football, the defensive staff does make you feel much better about the situation than over the last 2 years. So that part of it is good. And you do have some veteran leaders on the defensive side of the football, right? So it's really going to come down to what feels like last year's LSU team was. How much can the defense improve? Because on the offensive side, it's going to look different, but that's where you feel much better about the situation.
Without a doubt.
Receiver, certainly the offensive line. I think everybody feels good about Nussmeier. Running back, even though like right now it's light, you still have people that you think can go out there and get it done. Tight end, we talked about that. You feel good about that. Most of the questions that we're going to be asking ourselves are on the defensive side of the football, but how much can those veteran players get the information from Blake Baker and Bo Davis and all those guys and give it to the young players, and like what is that going to look like?
Let's explore that on the other side of this break, because Brian Kelly addressed it yesterday. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I want you to go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com. Now, look, if you need any outdoor kitchen, fences, pergola, bulkheads, anything like that, they've done hundreds, thousands of these projects, okay? So any exterior construction, you want to go to Pinnacle. In fact, check out the home they just built. They won. I can't remember. I got to look up exactly what the reward was, but it was a best design award. It's one of the coolest homes I've ever seen. But I want to talk to you about pools. Okay, I got my bathing suit on right now. Pool season right around the corner. You want to get a specs pool from Pinnacle? You get to kind of choose the general layout, details. You make it your pool, and then in 2 weeks, it's installed and ready to go. What are you waiting for? PECbuilt.com.
And that's real life. That is not lip service. I mean, it is incredibly fast. I mean, my neighbor, like, you're there, you're gone, you got to pull 2 weeks. PECbuilt.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It was a humid day. Barefoot children play. Looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I watched the first episode of Shogun last night, too, by the way. So we can talk about that a bit later. Probably in hour 3. No champagne shenanigans today. Rivers out, but hour 3 is still going to be just free for all. So if you're ready for that. So right before the break, Jake was talking about the new defensive staff, the impact they can have. Here's what Brian Kelly had to say about getting to work with Baker, Raymond, Davis, Peoples.
What people?
Johnson? People or Peoples? People?
No, what people?
Oh God. Wow.
Works for Peoples.
No, I was going to say when they were already at Peoples, but there was a Steeples.
Yeah.
And the people, as we know, are in the steeple. What was that old thing? You remember? Y'all probably don't even know. Because before cell phones, you had to stay entertained. Church. You had to stay entertained with just little hand tricks.
No, 16-year-old brats.
It's here's the church. Yes. This is the steeple. Open the door, and here's all the people.
There
or
you
something
go.
like
And here's
that.
Kevin People, new edge rushing coach.
Yeah, I've really
go ahead.
I've enjoyed the past 6 weeks, being in constant contact with the defensive staff that we've assembled. It's been, for me, very comfortable, great communicators. We're all on the same page relative to what we're teaching and how we want to teach it, evaluations and recruiting. It's been a really smooth transition. I like the way we're coaching, what we're demanding, the attention to, the real details of playing defense. And we're not getting ahead of ourselves in a sense of, understanding the basic tenets of playing really good defense. And you can see that early on. So it's been enjoyable. I think that we're going to see a defense that's going to play with a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. I know that our guys are excited. You can see just by the way they're practicing over the last couple of days.
I don't know about you, Jake. Again, this is, you're throwing the scraps off the table and making a meal out of it. But I feel like that's a lot of commentary on Matt House there, right? We're practicing
within the first
the attention to the
said.
Real details of playing defense, not getting ahead of ourselves in a sense of understanding the basic tenets of playing really good defense.
See, I even got it from the first sentence when he's saying being in constant contact with the defensive staff.
Yeah, that's true. What does that mean? Yeah, exactly. What was going on before?
So that tells me that the communication wasn't great. In fact, he goes on to say they're great communicators.
Yeah. We're all on the same page relative to what we're teaching, how we're teaching it, and evaluations in recruiting.
And that's not just Matt House. I think it was every level, and that's why you moved on from every level.
Yeah, fair.
It wasn't just, hey, we got to get a new defense coordinator in here. That was, we are bad on all 3 levels, and this cannot continue.
So that's exciting because, look, again, that's been the goal from day one for it's been the goal for day one for Brian Kelly with this new defense is play fast. Play fast. And I've heard stories from last year, Jake, and I think there's probably some public evidence as well, though, of Kelly being frustrated with House at times because he has all these schemes, but they can't even they can't even play just a base defense correctly. You have all these creative sort of quirks and wrinkles that you want to throw in, but your guys can't do the fundamentals. And if you can't do the fundamentals, you have no base upon which to build a larger plan of attack. And so this quote to me speaks to all of that. And if there's one thing that Blake Baker's proven to be able to do time and time again through the years, it is get guys to play fast and maximize their potential. And again, Matt House, more of an NFL coach. Now, it worked 2 years ago. I don't know how, right? So I still don't fully understand the fall off, but more of an NFL coach. Blake Baker knows what it's like to teach scheme to these college kids and to make it able to be digested and comprehended across a wide swaths, like a wide group of kids, right? Who are going to have varying levels of kind of football acumen. And Blake Baker's been in college his entire life, so he knows exactly how to do that.
And this is going to feel like pumping sunshine, and I don't want it to because it's not my intention. But also just having defensive coaches that this is the landing spot. This is the ultimate landing spot for them.
Yeah,
like Bo Davis has been at Alabama and Texas and so many different places, but this is home. This is where he played. This is where he started his career. So, like, for him to get back here, it means something to him. Corey Raymond was always here, went to Nebraska for a little bit, came back, and then he goes to Florida. Well, now he's back where he's always wanted to be because it's home for him. Blake Baker, right, played college football in Louisiana. His wife played soccer for LSU. He wanted to stay here. He lived 4 houses down from me. Trust me when I say he wanted to stay here when he got let go the last time, when the staff, right, got fired and new staff came in. Like, he wants to be here. It means something for him to be here. And I'm not saying that's the only thing, but we're talking about really good football coaches, and you pair that with them wanting to be here, this being the ultimate stop for them.
Well, and one thing is, look, man, I think that this team is hamstrung a bit on the defensive side of the ball right now from a personnel standpoint. Maybe I'm being a little doom and gloom. Maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't end up being as bad as I think, right? But what's got to be really attractive for these coaches, Jake, right now, is they if nothing else, they have security. Brian Kelly ain't going anywhere. You know, you didn't sign on to a sinking ship here. The man's got a 10-year deal, and now you have such big deals that you're not going anywhere either. So, like, you can actually operate. You don't have to operate constantly looking over your shoulder, exploring other options, being worried about what may come. And you can also operate with the peace of mind, okay, I just got to get the most out of these cats that I have currently, and then I'll have a more opportunity in the future to even add and fix whatever personnel issues we potentially have. So, look, we got a ton more to talk about. Spring, basketball, everything coming up. Keep it locked, ODB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com. You want to go to All-Star Toyota today to get your next vehicle. If it's a new one, you're probably going to get that hybrid, man. And I cannot tell you how great it is to be able to avoid that pump so much at a time when everything costs more and more and more. I'm paying less than ever when it comes to gasoline. Check out the All-Star Toyota.
Was this the way
Center.
you want to sing gasoline?
And you just climbed into my brain because that was the exact. You could see the smoke pouring out as I measured it on the scales, whether that was going to be worth it or funny, and decided against it.
Yeah.
But that was where I was going. You should go to the All-Star Toyota Service Center.
Yeah, you should not decide against that. You should just do it. You should go to the website, buying new, leasing, renting. It's all there, and everything is available. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luber for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Friday, March 8th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect rainy skies with a high of 77. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll continue to talk some spring football, and we'll discuss LSU baseball's weekend series against Xavier Musketeers. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. One reason why I'm feeling good, you know, whenever you force yourself to do an early morning workout, just feel like the most accomplished person alive. So I went and did Rivers Burn class this morning. It was great. Shout out, endorphins pumping, feeling great. But I did want to clear something up.
Any Usher?
No, but the music was good.
I said Burn.
I love it. You are leaning into your dad jokes this week.
Yeah.
Then it's catching me off guard every time because I'm not used to it. We've been doing this for years, and now all of a sudden you've come around. I'm almost cursed.
You know what?
I'm in.
I'm damn near 40.
Yeah.
I know you like a good dad joke.
It's time.
I think I'm just going to embrace it.
It's time.
Yep.
But no, Usher. Music was good though. Music was good. She even instant nexted an Eminem song, which you know me, I'm not the biggest M fan, so I kind of
For some reason, y'all just think it's like a slight at me when y'all say stuff because I like Eminem.
No. I don't think it's slight at anybody. All my friends, all my homies love Eminem. So everybody, but then again, I also have video of just being hammered back in the day during college, arguing about how Will Smith's a better rapper than Eminem, which admittedly that was a troll take. But I went to the mat. I went to the mat for it.
And I can imagine how far down on the mat you were, but God, that would have made me mad.
You had to submit me. It made a lot of people mad.
Oh, I know.
It made a lot of people mad.
I would have felt for it.
But the point of this is, I made some jokes the other day about how I'm going through a white woman midlife crisis, because I'm doing my Pure Bar and I'm reading Romanices and doing the Fit Beats dance class. And I want to be clear, Pure Bar is hard as hell, right? I saw the instructor yesterday and I kind of got a little bit of hey, don't be talking crap. And I was like, whoa, okay. So I just want to be clear. Pure Bar is a great workout. It's hard as hell. It's absolutely brutal. It's very functional, great movement. Cannot recommend enough. It is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And if I ever led anybody to believe that, I do not want that to be the case.
I used to go, Katie and I, before she got pregnant with Harlow, we used to go to Hot Works. and they would have like similar workouts. And if anybody thought that was easy, I'd be in there sweating my
Dying.
you know what off, and I'd be holding my leg. God,
Yeah. Dying.
About to cramp up.
I did a Hot Works class with Abby when she was still here, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it
good.
was,
I loved
I
it. It
felt
was a
good
good workout,
afterwards
yeah.
though. Yeah, like afterwards I was like, dang, I feel good. And they say that you keep burning like an excess amount of calories after the
Yeah.
class.
Almost pulled my damn hamstring trying to throw it on that table right there. I tell you that.
Dad.
There we have the entire paradox of the human experience as it relates to adversity summed up in one. Like, physically, you do something hard, it sucks at the time, you feel
love
way
it.
better afterwards
Yeah.
than going on just a walk or something.
That was my whole CrossFit experience.
In life.
Yeah.
In life, you do something hard that you hate at the time and it sucks. That's the thing you look back on with rose-colored lenses and you're like, man, hey, we were really getting it, weren't we? Like, we remember that we were just grinding till like midnight every night and blah, blah, blah.
Remember when I was sitting in a bar full of smoke?
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
corner?
Yes, exactly. Well, that's fun. That's not hard. But yes, the point stands.
Think how wild it is. Every time, T-Bob, when you and I were growing up, we'd walk into a restaurant, and the first question they'd ask was what?
Smoking or non-smoking?
The thing about that now
that side
is
of the room.
wild.
Hey, they smoke over there.
You smoke over there. You'll be good over here, though. You'll be good. Like, to think about that is wild. And I remember so many times my parents, like, it'd be packed, and we can sit you right now in the smoking section, and every time you're like, okay.
Yeah,
And then they complain about it the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that when it was the classic, like, everything's full, but if you want to get in right now, smoking section's only. Oh, I'd forgotten about that.
Hey, even I remember smoking or not. I mean, everywhere in Baton Rouge.
I was
we
going to
did it.
make fun of you and say there's no way, but I could see LP
Well,
also
and
being
I
one of the
remember
final
that.
adopters of
And
getting rid of it.
The thing about it was like my mom was like so against drinking and smoking growing up and everything, and like we'd go in and they'd be like, smoking or non? She'd be like, non. We want non-smoking. Like wanted everybody in the room to know that she's not a smoker. Like, it was-
Non-smoking.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you degenerates over there
She
stinking
would
everything
basically
up.
like walk in and just like say it ahead of time. Like
shoot.
we're not sitting with the heathens in the smoking.
It'd
section.
always be interesting. We'd go with my grandmother, and look, I mean, people that age, they smoked from like the time they could basically walk. It felt
Yeah.
like, right? And she used to like eye hustle my mom, like, what are you gonna say here? Who's gonna win this out? And she had like, it looked like a little coin purse that she kept her cigarettes in because she was classy.
Classy.
You know? She was
That is
classy.
classy. That is classy.
She wasn't
That's
gonna
way
just break
classier
out-
than busting out a pack.
Yeah, she wasn't gonna bust out the pack.
And a little
She-
like
yeah.
unclick, like
Yep.
clicks open, then you throw one in the mouth. Yeah.
I never experienced that. I do know, like at Fat Cats in Prairieville, they still let you smoke inside the bar.
You gotta. I see. I love that.
Anywhere named Fat Cats,
You should
don't
be
let
able
you
to
smoke.
Yeah. It's actually codified legally in the bills
Yeah,
that if
same-
the name is
Here's
Fat Cats, you're allowed to
downtown
smoke. in there.
Shreveport, Stray Cats. You can
Oh
smoke.
my gosh, Stray Cats.
That's what it's called, Stray Cats.
That's a great bar.
Yeah.
I want to go to Stray Cats.
Where
so bad.
Josh Brolin got arrested when he was filming a movie there for getting in a bar fight.
Really?
Is
Thanos?
that?
You got in a bar fight with Thanos?
Yeah, they
Just
filmed
a bar?
They filmed the. Yeah, it's just a bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like just a bar.
No,
but-
Stray Cats is just a
Okay,
bar.
okay.
Larry Flint's is actually across the street. If that's what you were wondering.
That's the
Yeah.
gentleman's club.
Yeah, that's the
okay.
gentleman's
Stray
club.
Cat sounds like a strip club.
Yeah,
That's-
he's filming.
To be fair, it absolutely
when he
does.
said
I
that,
He's
agree.
I was
filming
like,
W,
well,
the George
Yeah, bring your
W.
Stray
Bush movie
Cats.
there, and he got arrested along with the guy from Westworld. Cannot think of his
Anthony
name right
Hopkins?
now. No.
Oh. Yeah, that.
I never watched Westworld.
You talking about the beautiful blue-eyed man, the black hat guy
Yeah.
from Westworld?
Ed Harris?
Ed Harris.
No, it wasn't Ed Harris.
James
Okay.
Marsden?
I'll find it. No, it's a black guy. What's his
Oh, a
name?
black guy?
From Westworld? I don't know.
Yeah, I can see his
haven't seen
freckles right
Marshawn
now.
Oh, wait,
Lynch?
wait. Oh, no. What? He's in everything now.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like
Yes.
really popped off post
Yes, and I
Westworld.
feel so
Why
bad
am I
that I
blanking
can't-
on
Oh,
his name?
Jeffrey Wright?
Yes, Jeffrey
Yes.
Wright. There we go.
Yeah, they got arrested together.
That's a really funny arresting combo right there.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, you could check out the mugshots.
Jeremy Fryer says you used to be able to just smoke in the mall. That's a very funny thing about just in the stores, just walking around, just ripping heaters.
We went to the mall Wednesday, maybe Wednesday, because every February Katie does these hearts, and everybody gets to write what they want to do, and we draw them every day. And one of them was go eat in the mall because everybody gets to go eat in the food court. They can pick whatever they want to. And the day that we picked it, it was closed already, so we did it this week. The malls,
It's
on life support.
Tough scene.
Oh, yeah.
It is on
I went about a
life
year ago.
support.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stores in there,
It's
I'm
bad.
like, which bank? And I hate saying this, like, which bank gave you money to do this? Like, you pitched the idea, and they said, "Yeah, sure, we'll fund it." I mean, it was dead. Like, there's no kiosk any more in the middle of the mall.
Look, that's why in this show we always, Jeff Bezos, come fight us.
Yeah.
You little punk. Not only did you ruin the timing on Taylor's Napoleon Dynamite costume,
you did,
but you
ruined
killed what was one of the core parts of our childhood, the beauty of malls. And I even missed like
I love malls.
the true mall rats mecca of the 90s. Like I was just a little
right
behind
there.
it. But even in high school, we go to the mall constantly. Discover Mills right there by my wife's house. Go to the theater, walk around, go to Spencer's, buy some stuff.
What'd you buy at Spencer's?
Go to PAX. I just bought
You said stuff.
Yeah, I bought like 200 stickers of just like Calvin peeing.
Yeah.
From Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah.
Just peeing on everything.
Yeah, and if you were like a Dodge truck driver, you're gonna get a Ford. Him peeing on a Ford logo.
Yep. I bought I bought anime button-ups, like anime bowling shirts.
Oh,
Again,
I bet you did.
Rest in peace to Kira Toriyama. And PacSun, buying my Element skate clothes and my Etnies. It was a great time. It was a better time. Now you just
Gadzooks.
get it on the computer and then you go. They still have restaurants there, though, right? Food court still popping?
The food court.
It was, like Raising Cane's, Chick-fil-A, of course, a great Chinese place.
Think there's an Izzo's in there?
There was, not anymore.
Okay,
Chinese
well,
will be
that's
the last thing that leaves the mall.
Yeah.
Right? The same way that after nuclear war, it's like cockroaches are still around.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised after nuclear war if there's somehow still somebody just serving up free samples of sesame chicken.
Well, like Panda Express got so popular from food courts that they have actual buildings now.
Is that where they started? They start
That's
just
the first
in
place
food
I ever
courts?
saw
I mean,
them.
me too.
Yeah.
I feel you. Me too. Panda
It's
Express,
like we got one
Mandarin
in
Express.
Jubin. It's a standalone building. There's one on
Oh
College.
no, they're standalone everywhere.
Yeah.
They're standalone everywhere.
Like the first place
now.
I saw them was because it was like Mandarin Express at first.
Oh, yeah.
And then they kind of all flipped at the same time to Panda Express. From what I remember.
And they just fill you so full, dude. I mean, that was the best part. You paid for a plate of food, and it would be literal bursting at the seams. Like you could barely close it. I used to just bring it into the movie theater with me.
That doesn't shock me.
Just sneak it
one
in my
bit.
wife's purse, and then just. Would you be upset if I sat down to you at a movie and just busted out a giant plate of sesame chicken, fried rice, and egg rolls?
I went and saw Black Phone about whenever it came out. I guess it was like 2 summers ago. I snuck in Po' Boys from Newleys in Prairieville
Hell
to
yeah.
Celebrity Theater.
Yeah.
Snuck in 2 Po' Boys.
Good.
So we're good to go.
T-Bob, there used to be, the people that started Panda Express, they had a sit-down, a little bit nicer version
PF Chain
of Panda Express called Panda Inn.
Panda Inn.
And it's the same people, but it was a sit-down.
I'm
Like you
thinking
go and you
Payway,
can order
that's
it at Panda Inn, and it was in San Diego, and
Probably
it
wrong.
was incredible.
Yeah,
What you got? Brian
well,
Burgess in the
now the
chat just
express
mentioned
parts
that.
make sense, though, right?
Yeah, it started as
It's
Panda
like we
Inn.
got Swaps Express even here
and
in
then
town.
they went to Panda Express. Yeah, I think there's only like 4 or 5 in the country.
Shout out to Express. Good. If you ever just in a quick like Euro fix, very, very, very tasty way to do that. All right. Sorry we got distracted there.
Did we?
No, I mean I don't really care. But I do look. I still got more spring ball I want to talk to. We got to get into everything going on this weekend. LSU baseball. Probably not too much there, right? We're kind of in the final holding pattern before we get into real exciting baseball at the Dude next week. So keep it locked right here. OTB 104.5 ESPN.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Daniel says, that egg roll at the bottom of your Dune popcorn bucket? Exactly. Yeah.
Jesus.
Get Gordon, get it done. Yes? Gordon McCurdy injury attorneys 225-888-8888. Your area code, then all the 8s, and you get in touch with Gordon. And what that means is you're going to get in touch with somebody who's going to fight for you and stand up to the big insurance company. Don't let yourself get bullied when you get into an accident, okay? Get somebody who gets you what you deserve and has been doing so for years and years and years. Just so look at the amount of satisfied customers, y'all. Follow them on social media at Get Gordon. You can always get great content, a lot of sit-downs and interviews and videos with your favorite athletes, the G team. Get Gordon, get it done today.
Go to getgordon.com. You can see what they can do for you in the courtroom. You can see past client results. You can also set up a consultation, and you can also have a chat with them right there on the website, all at getgordon.com, at getgordon on all major social media as well. See what they're doing in the community. 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other.
We are young.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Damn. Hits right there, Bo. William Anthony, I cannot stress enough how on point Alondra is with her musical choices. Seems to be a common frame, Alondra. You've done very well.
Jake and I are collabing today.
That's true. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, you know why?
Thank you, though.
No,
We're inspired by Apple Music.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's that Apple Music.
Yeah.
That Apple Music taste.
Yeah.
Hey. Sure. I'm not
I mean,
one
Spencer
to,
Schrader said it himself.
He did.
So
He's kind of tight.
yeah.
Spencer who?
Strider.
Strider, my bad.
That's what I thought.
I got you, teammate.
Thank you.
I got you.
I'm not a trader.
I knew what he was trying to do.
Point
Yeah.
debased. Point.
I got Cody in my head. That's why.
You gonna say that Strider's not tight?
No, Spencer Strider's tight.
A great mustache.
I don't know who Spencer Schrader is. No idea.
He's his cousin.
Yeah, exactly.
From his mom's side.
I
Don't
don't
worry
care
about
about
that.
his
You're right with
cousin,
the wrong
dude.
details. The devil ain't in the details here, all right?
Good on you for saying mom's side. Oh, actually, no, sorry, I disagree. Bad on you. You need to say dad's side. Well,
no, he wouldn't be dad's side. He had the same last name if he was on dad's side.
Well, he does have the same last name, same different first name. That's what I was saying. Oh, no, she said
No,
Schrader.
she said
You're right.
Schrader.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the original thing I said. Good on you for saying mom's side. You're right. My bad. My bad. That's on me. That's on me.
Hey, let me see it.
That's on me.
Okay, thank you.
Then take me out. I'm tired. Take me out. Come on.
No, because I hated it. Because you and I, we play positions, you can't do that.
Running backs nowadays do that, I feel like.
I was thinking more fullback. But
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Running backs, dude. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
bruh.
no. O-line never got to tap the helmet.
No.
Receiver, skill position, they get to all the time.
Does that make you mad?
No, because I would have never tapped it. I'd never tapped it.
Well,
There was one time where I may or may not have taken a little bit of Adderall before a game, and I thought my heart was going to explode. And I had a moment with myself in the huddle, and I said, look, you're either going to die on the field, or like it just is what it is. So let's just stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just keep breathing.
When-
And we made it.
And you made the right decision.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like when you're almost blacked out from a hit, and you're like, look, Lord, if you could just give me a circle of clear vision here, I'll look through that one circle just to keep on moving forward. Just give me one circle, right? The rest of it can be black. I just need that one little circle.
Worked too damn hard to play just to tap. Anyway, speaking of working hard, playing hard, and winning, that's yo New Orleans Pelicans. They're going on the road to Philly tonight, and then they are going on the road to Atlanta on Sunday. Remember, the Pelicans, one of the better road teams in the NBA, pretty much a dead even split, home and away. But check it out, guys. Listen to this. Okay, Pelicans don't always get love from kind of the national pundits or talking heads, and I understand why, right? They've been a consistent disappointment for a pretty long time now. But as we've talked about, I think this is a very sustainably good and legitimately good Pelicans team this year. Here's Paul Pierce, and he's on Kevin Garnett's podcast, I believe.
They're tied, by the way, for the second best road record in the NBA.
Okay, there you go. I didn't realize it was that
the
good.
only team that has more is
Celtics?
Minnesota.
Okay.
Now they're tied with the Celtics at 19 wins. Yeah.
So here's Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce chopping up talking about Pelicans. But when you're listening, you know, I don't know. We don't know I don't know anything really about basketball, but I feel like Pierce makes a lot of the points that we've been bringing up pretty consistently on this show. Here's Paul Pierce and how he views the New Orleans Pelicans.
Talking about the New Orleans Pelicans, bro. They creeping.
They like Miami, bro.
They
ain't
just
no
sitting
nobody.
around, ain't nobody talking about them. They in the top 6, and ain't nobody talking about them. And they got depth, they got veterans, they got youth. To me, they right there with Minnesota as far as talent. They right there with OKC as far as talent. Somebody better watch out for them in the playoffs. They got a bona fide superstar, Zion and Ingram. He's been an all-star. Then you got
Scrappy
OG.
dogs.
You got OG CJ McCollum, who kind of keep that even keel, keep it all together.
Yep.
And then you got the young boys.
Yeah, they got like 7 guys out.
Yeah,
love.
that's what I'm saying. They're going to be a problem in the 7-game series. We need to
Wait, why'd you cut it off at the end? Okay, well, so we need to start putting some respect on the Pelicans name. Bro, I mean, that's kind of the points we've been making, right? Yeah. The makeup of this team is complete. They have all of the pieces. They have the youth, the superstars, the OG and CJ McCollum, you know, your Gandalf the Grey kind of showing all these young cats the way, which started years ago, and now you're really seeing it come to fruition. And they mentioned the dogs. That makes me think of Najee Marshall and like Jose Alvarado and just Larry Nance, those hard players.
KG saying that means a lot more than most people saying that.
True, because he was a certified dog. Yes.
Yeah. He didn't take anything on the court, and he had a certain mentality that he played with, so that goes a long way for him to say that. It's like, you know, like if Kobe would have said something like that. Like you take that and you run with it because Kobe was a dog.
And again, I mean, they're not wrong. Like the Pelicans too, yes, they're in 5th, but you know, it's a log jam. Everybody's very close to one another. But also,
remember I told
they're
you
getting better. Like they're getting better as the season goes on. They are without a doubt creeping, as Paul Pierce said.
In the West, at T-Bob's point of the logjam, from 1 at Minnesota to 7 for Sacramento, 7.5 games. Over in the East, 1 to 2, Boston to Milwaukee, 7.5 games.
Yeah.
So 1 to 2 is the same from 1 to 7 from the East to the West.
When is that ever going to change? I feel like for well over a decade, the West has just been head and shoulders better than the East on a team-to-team basis.
Now, you had like your outlier teams. You had the Heat when they had.
Oh, no, you've had champions from the East.
That's what I'm saying. But it's been just because it was that one team. Like LeBron's Cavs teams, did a lot of winning in the East. Now they only have the one championship, but it's never been the totality of the East compared to the West. That's why, like, if I'm like the Memphis Grizzlies, I'm like, ain't nothing about us West. Can y'all please move us to the East?
Well, I used to complain about that with New Orleans all the time when I was like so desperately trying to get AD and the Pelicans at the playoffs, and they would have been like the 4 seed in the East, but they're not even making the playoffs in the West. East having like multiple losing record teams making it.
Like when LeBron was with the Heat, it was the Celtics first. Once they took them out, they got old. That was it.
Yeah.
It was really Heat and Bulls. Rose went down. He was never the same. It was Heat and Pacers for a little bit when they had Danny Granger and Paul George, but that was never sustainable. I mean, it was really Miami, then Cleveland because LeBron jumped there. Then it was Giannis a little bit with the Bucks.
Well,
now it's kind of the Celtics. Like, there's really always 2 or 3 good teams in the East.
Well, there has to be. But again, why isn't there ever a situation in which the East as a whole, like we see it vacillate in the NFL where the AFC is pretty much better top to bottom or the NFC is better top to bottom? Like, why hadn't that happened in basketball? I'm not entirely sure. Who was LeBron beating when he was making all the finals with the Cavs in his first run in Cleveland? I guess like the Magic, right? Like Dwight Howard were big at that point. Who was his great roadblocks out of the East?
They were good then. The Nets were really good at that time as well.
For LeBron and
first
in
Cleveland stint. Cleveland stint.
The Pistons.
So that was at the tail end of the Ben Wallace and Rip Hamilton and then Pistons?
I mean, wasn't even really the tail end. Like, it was kind of right there.
So he stopped that team? Like, did LeBron break up those Pistons?
Yeah, because Billups was still on that team.
Pretty damn impressive.
Billups played there till what? 07?
I mean, you had Rip Hamilton, you had Big Ben Wallace,
you had Rasheed, you had Chauncey Billups,
Tayshaun Prince.
Yeah, there's your 5.
I'm trying to think. No, that was the Celtics Lakers, because a bunch of us went to Game 7 of that series, the finals, but it was Celtics Lakers. It was KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, those teams.
Was that the 08 or Lakers Kobe team that had
I don't know. I was in San Diego.
They had a ton of 7-footers.
Yeah, it was Gasol, Lamar Odom, Ron Artest.
But who was the other big guy? Young cat.
Bynum.
Yeah, Andrew Bynum.
Yeah. Kobe, they were like, hey, what happens if we just get Kobe and then we put 3 7-footers around him? It's like, okay, yeah, it's not a bad strategy.
2 of them could shoot. So
during that stretch, CAA would give, like, any Padre, Charger, Dodger, Angel, they'd give them, like, the box for a game for the Lakers. And so, like, look, I was very low on the totem pole, but, like, they're like, hey, and this was when the Kings were awful. They're like, hey, we'll give you the Kings. I'm like, I don't care. Sure.
Yeah, dude.
I'll take the Kings. And the Lakers end up crushing them. But you know what? Joke's on them, because Adam Morrison was playing for the Lakers from Gonzaga, and he came in late into the game, and they were already winning by a lot, but Adam Morrison didn't care. He hit 4 threes in a row.
No way.
Made my day. Joke was on you.
And then it's funny you say that. Like, we're talking about, like, who was the good teams LeBron's first run in Cleveland. The Miami Heat with Shaq and Dwayne Wade won in 06.
Yeah.
So, they were actually one of the teams as well.
Yeah.
Then Shaq started getting a little bit older. He moved on, and LeBron kind of replaced him in Miami.
Shaq, man. Shaq was everywhere there at the end. I was... Back when I used to actually do things like this, Katie and I went to a Suns game because I was training at API, and Shaq, it was the first game since when he got traded to the Suns.
Yeah, I forgot about the Suns.
And they were playing I guess it would have been the Hornets at the time. And so I was like, let's go to the Hornets-Suns game. And then Shaq just happened to get traded. Jordy Holtberg was a sideline reporter for the Hornets. And I did an interview during the game. Wow. And I remember Shaq standing up and pointing to his ring finger, and the place went crazy.
Hell yeah.
Because that was the first game. He hadn't played yet, but he was there in attendance, and they thought they were going to win that NBA championship. Like, Guaranteed.
No, Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire, then, right? That he joined up with? Yeah. GeoCosmic333 says LeBron dropped 25 straight points against that Pistons team. I need to look that up. Okay, whatever. We got a little distracted there. The point is, though, watch out.
Oh, I was like, where do we start
for the
this
bad news birds? Okay, watch out for the island of misfit boys, the Skeletons, because they on the prowl and they're on the road this weekend. I mean, obviously, you go on the road twice in a weekend. I'm going to say 1-1 is what you're looking for, ideally. But then again, I actually don't, because I only view the Pelicans. I only view the NBA through the Pelicans lens. How are the Sixers this year? Okay, they all right. They're about right where you're at. And then you got Atlanta. Okay, so Atlanta's down this year. Okay, yeah. Come on, baby. Go 2-0. Go 2-0, baby. Make it happen. All right, when we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked right here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com. KTOZblinds.com. You go to K to Z today and or have Brandon Barton out to your home. Okay, he's been at this for a couple of decades now, y'all. And you're going to be blown away with how much you learn about how window coverings can affect your home, your living space, both from a looks standpoint, aesthetically, but also functionally. You don't even realize the amount of science that goes into this. Brandon does. And he's gonna measure everything, he's gonna figure it all out, and he's gonna get you the answer that you deserve to take your home to the next level, whether it's a starter home or the home of your dreams. All price points welcome. K to Z window coverings.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. That's why you call K to Z. That's why Brandon Barton comes out and knows your space better than you do, no matter how long you've lived there, in about 5 minutes. So he's going to come in and tell you exactly what you need. You tell him what you're looking for, obviously, but he's going to tell you what you need, and they're going to do it every single time. KTZBlinds.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Call me Christina Taylor. I need you to come rub these thighs.
The right way?
The right way. I'll teach you. I'm feeling a little sore.
The pop.
Got any lotion?
I might actually. Yeah.
Good. Why do you have lotion?
Why are you asking if I have lotion?
Oh, you got ashy skin? What's going on?
No. Just, never know when you might need it.
You got an ashy kneecaps, Bolt?
Need it for what?
What's going on there, Bolt?
Anything.
General moisturizing?
Yeah. I mean, what else do you use lotion for?
I agree. I have a bottle of coconut oil in my
Yeah, sometimes just
not weird at all.
If it's got a little
general
fragrance,
moisturizing.
like a little smell to it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me smell that hand, Taylor.
Whoa.
Right hand, come here.
It's 8:34. Who cares? What if he's lefty?
Oh, he is a lefty. Oh, he could have tricked me. Good looking out, dude. Let me smell that left hand. Come here.
Like on role models, he's like, smell my fingers.
Oh God, that was a lot of that was a big thing back in the day, for sure.
All right.
A lot of memories with that.
I just feel like you are in T-Bob's sweet spot, and we don't need to be
I
there
agree.
right
All right,
now.
fair.
I agree.
Moving
Maybe
on.
a little too early. It's not ever through yet. LSU baseball taking on Xavier this weekend. So that's happening. Does anybody have? I mean, look, like I love watching the team play, right? But I'm.
What's happening this weekend?
It was such a tease last week, getting to see Texas and a great UL game. It's great. Well, I guess it's great Southeastern games. Like maybe the Xavier games end up being great, but yeah, Luke Coleman Friday, Gage Jump Saturday, Thatcher Hurd Sunday.
I'm trying to decide which game I want to go to.
Oh, I didn't know Justin Lohr was a former Xavier
Yeah.
pitcher.
Yeah. That's what
It's a nice pull.
Do you even hunt Palmer?
Yeah. Do you even
I read Hunt's pieces on 3 that he's been writing.
do you even Jay Johnson?
Yeah, I love Jay. Talk to him every week.
Talked to him yesterday.
Don't pay attention.
Guys, I don't think that Justin Lohr being Xavier.
Anyway,
is that
Xavier,
big of a
Ohio
deal.
is 7-6 overall. So 6 losses on the road
What-
should be good.
What is it?
Xavier, Ohio.
No. What's the record? You say the record?
Oh,
7-6.
7-6. Yeah. 6 losses
No,
on the
Xavier.
road.
They're really good. Well, typically in basketball, they're a little
Yeah.
down. The whole Big East kind of down though, but that's a whole different conversation for a different show.
I guess I'm just saying that, like, look, I think this is going to be a great tune-up, run-of-the-mill. Pitching dominates. Let's see if the bats can continue to do what they've done. We'll just, I think here's what it is. I think there's way more to say about this series on Monday than there is today.
Yeah.
Like next week on Friday, we could probably do an entire show breaking down Mississippi State LSU if we really wanted to. This series, maybe not so much.
They don't really have any impressive wins either.
No, they shouldn't.
So,
They shouldn't really threaten you.
Yeah.
But it is baseball, and you
they
never
beat
know, man.
Louisiana Tech, so
How are they doing up there? How are they this year?
I'm not sure.
No yo foe is what you put.
I didn't put that. That was,
that's Hugh Morris, my producer on Pregame in the SEC, has a segment that he loves called Know Your Foe.
He got it from me clearly.
Not no Yofo.
No yo foe.
Yeah, know your foe.
Yeah. So I thought that was you. I thought maybe you listened to Pregame in the SEC. I should have known better.
I listen to Pregame in the SEC every week.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I do. But I just have a bad memory, so don't ask me anything about it. But I definitely listen every week for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Bad
teammate.
Did you listen to my sit down with Spencer Hall yesterday?
I don't listen to Gators.
Wow. Okay. You got an excuse ready to go.
Touché.
That's a pretty good one, even though you literally host Pregame in the SEC with Chris Doring. So guess what? I don't listen to Gators either. There you go.
That's fair. And I accept that answer.
No, actually, shameless plug here. If you like Spencer
I even
Hall,
retweeted you talking about the greatest play in football history.
Well, that was from a few days ago. That was one of the solo shows. How about
And
that?
I can never. The only way that I ever tell when you did it is because I know what you're wearing every day.
Yeah, it's true.
And
Even
I'm
though I wore that outfit 2 days in a row on Snaps. Exact same underwear and everything.
Oh, you nasty.
Well, it wasn't nasty. It didn't smell.
Oh, it doesn't matter, man. When you're walking around those underwear,
when we were at the
them
golf
thighs is
tournament,
rubbing both.
when we were at the golf tournament, I had a completely different. I had my golf fit on.
You
right?
did.
Right?
You did.
And I went home.
You did the deal where you dress up as.
Yeah, I'm just like playing a character.
Yeah.
And then I went home and I changed, including underwear. So I only had that on for half a day. And it didn't smell, didn't get sweaty. And the next morning I was like, you know what? I'm just going to roll with this again. And it was fine. Again, you know my feelings. I think we probably wash our clothes a little too much.
Yeah, probably our pants for sure, but our undies?
No, I agree. I am normally small clothes have to change. But it was a half day. It was a half day of wearing them. If there had been a genital stench, I would not have put them on again. But there was not.
Okay. I don't know.
Even the same socks. I did flip them inside out, Pierce. Pierce has at least flipped them inside out. I did do that. So that's worth.
That's a big training camp move there.
I mean, hey, it makes sense to me.
You're literally in your non-football stuff for about 7 minutes a day. Tops.
Nothing worse, and they don't do 2 a days anymore, but nothing worse than slipping into some sweaty pads and sweaty girdle from that morning.
Hate it.
And it's been in the AC, and it's all cold and nasty and just disgusting, dude.
It's just not good.
Brent says, WTF, I will say my jeans rarely get washed. I also said on that show that you should put your jeans in the freezer because it kills bacteria. And then somebody told me that's not true either. So you probably don't listen to me when it comes to clothes stuff, though I'm right.
Hey, how about this as a fun fact for SEC baseball? Every single team is on a win streak except the Florida Gators. You bums.
You hate to see it.
Number 2 in the preseason. You've already lost 4 games. Get out of here.
For real?
They're 8-4.
They're 8-4?
Yeah.
With Caglione? Pathetic.
God, oh man, we went on a little bit of a rant, and I say we, I mean me, yesterday on off campus because they're acting like we've never seen a player like him. I'm like, we just saw 2 better than him last year. Like how quickly y'all forget.
But if they let Paul Skeens hit,
if
they let Paul Skeens hit, he would have been better than.
That's true. They didn't let
Caglione.
Skeens hit. To be fair,
right? But I would take Paul Skeens or Dylan Cruz over what he does for Florida. Because I think he's really good at both, but he's not as dominant as they were in their individual on the mound or in the box. He ain't gonna be the number 1 pick.
mean, I would take Paul Skeens over anyone though. Anything, right? Like so it's tough to say.
How have we not played? I don't. There might be cussing in it. The Pat McAfee when he's talking about it sounding like a shotgun.
I don't think there's cussing in it.
When Paul Skeens throws it.
It pops. It certainly pops. And who was it? I've heard pro baseball players talk about it too. There are some catchers that do a great job of making it pop too. They kind of meet the ball and they give it a little extra intimidation factor.
Yeah.
He looked just as awesome. Even though, I mean, look, I'm loving watching Luke Coleman. It's not the raw, overwhelming power, but he's more that Aaron Nola cyborg. He just places the ball, whatever type of pitch, wherever he wants to place it.
I was about to say, I know Paul Skeens is the GOAT and he's great, but I love watching Luke Coleman pitch, and I think I would take Luke Coleman over Paul Skeens.
Whoa. Let's don't be a prisoner of the moment.
You were doing great, and then you went a little too far.
Yeah. I love him.
Yeah,
and I
he's
think
great.
he's a great pitcher that's going to play in the MLB, and I know that's wild to say because it's so hard to get there for a while. Paul might be the best to ever do it.
Yeah, I agree.
He can throw 9 innings and hit 100 in inning 1 and inning 9. We've never seen anything like that.
And he's also, and this exists kind of independently of his play, but being 6'7" doesn't hurt anything, right? He looks terrifying up there. In that Black Pirates uniform, he looks like Darth Vader.
I love that you said the Pirates could have such great uniforms as they just didn't suck so bad.
Yeah, it's true, dude. It's true because Pirate is a cool-ass mascot, Black and yellow works. Like, it's a way better pairing than, Steelers are always going to be tight because it's the Steelers, right? And the Penguins are kind of the same way. But, like, a pirate is just the coolest mascot of the three, especially the black and yellow uniforms. Yes.
I even like the font of the P.
I agree. They just suck.
They've been awful.
Just a garbage franchise.
Great stadium.
And I don't understand that. How can you be in that city with those ownership groups and just be lagging so far behind?
You come out of this tunnel when you're playing in Pittsburgh. You come out, it's just like huge stadiums, like this cool bridge that you get on. You've got the Steelers to the left. You've got the Pirates to the right, and it is like a great setup that they have there.
All right, let's go to break. When we get back, I got some football talk that I want to get to. Then we get to hour 3 of OTB. Keep it locked right here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Coleman Roofing and Construction. Hit up Coleman Roofing and Construction, guys. That is your most complete, your most reliable, and your most respected roofing company in all of Louisiana. Go look up the reviews, okay? See for yourself firsthand. But I know I've been hammering this, but the complete factor really is one of the key separating factors because it's any size project, commercial or residential. It's anywhere in the state, in the entire Gulf South region. It's any type of roof with certified installers for each. And it's even the interiors. If you have damage, they rebuild the interior as well. It's all there for you. Coleman Roofing and Construction.
Go to that website, colemanroof.com, and check out that number for where you're located because remember, throughout the state of Louisiana, so you can find that information on their website. It truly is the one-stop shop that we tell you about. They can literally do it all, commercial, residential roofing as well, colemanroof.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
It was a humid day. Barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal building.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Hello. Welcome back. OTB. Rest in peace. Akira Toriyama, creator of both the manga and anime Dragon Ball. So nobody else messed with Dragon Ball here growing up? Which is pretty shocking. I mean, we are talking about one of the biggest IPs of our time worldwide, like up there with Pokemon and everything else. I felt like it was kind of like wrestling that everybody kind of went through a Dragon Ball stage at some point. Nobody else in the room?
I know who Goku is. That's it. That's all I got.
I used to watch it when I was a kid, but I don't really remember much of it because it was...
Can you name a single character besides Goku?
Yeah, Goku, Krillin.
Okay. Krillin, wow. Okay, good on
Dang,
Krillin.
I forgot.
That's fine.
The little boy's name.
Was Gohan. I was about to ask if Gohan was like the littler.
Yeah, remember they made that movie
Goku.
Don't Mess with the Gohan, and it was a
that was about
it was
him?
a live action
Oh, damn, I didn't know
adaptation
that. Okay.
of DBZ.
Good hair.
Starring Adam Sandler. Don't Mess with the Zohan, actually kind of good.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
No, Don't Mess with the Zohan's actually funny.
Love that movie.
Really dumb.
I think I quote that movie more than any other.
I don't know if I would recognize quotes from it. Like I just remember watching it once and being like, okay.
I've seen that movie.
It was like Love Guru. I thought Love Guru was okay seeing it at the time.
Piccolo.
See, I
Yo, you
hated
looking some
Love
up?
Guru.
I looked it up, but that isn't he the green one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piccolo's a badass. Trains Gohan. What about you, Jay? Can you name a single character? We've got Gohan, Krillin, Piccolo, and Goku that have been named. Can you name a single Dragon Ball Z character?
Not one.
Not one?
Not even.
Oh,
Not
I have
even-
one.
No.
What, the Vegeta?
Yeah.
He was the villain, no?
Yeah.
Scott?
Well, he was an early villain. He went through one of those classic, like, villain to good guy roles.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah.
and,
See,
and
I don't
even
remember.
good guy's more of like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
In marrying Bulma, father of Trunks. I was a big Vegeta fan. So I always found his motivations to be very easy to understand. He was just all about Vegeta.
He was,
Well,
he's a
like
big piece of the Saints Super Bowl run.
Yeah, I agree.
Scott?
I was trying to figure out who sounded like Vegeta, but you're right. Scott Vegeta. There you go, dude. What a weird linebacker combo that was. Scott Vegeta and Scott Shanley.
Yeah, and Mark Semino.
Yeah, Mark Semino. Wow. What? Yep. You would not think that would be your Super Bowl winning combo there. I will say this. One of the coolest parts about DBZ to me is that as athletes, Jake, it's something you can really appreciate how they train. Where if you're a Saiyan, basically you just beat the hell out of yourself working hard, and then your muscles, just like real life, right? When you work out, when you feel that failure in your muscles, aren't you tearing the fibers, right?
Yeah.
And then when they rebuild bigger and stronger.
Right.
Same way in DBZ, you fight, you train, you work your ass off, you get the hell beat out of you, and then when you recover, you come back bigger and stronger. Like I remember in college, we went the whole team pretty much got real into a Dragon Ball Z Kai rewatch, and it was just so crazy how many parallels I felt like we were able to draw from the training of the characters and the workouts that we would be doing. And I've always said it, I felt like Cam Newton was final form Frieza. I mean, it was unlike anything I ever seen. And unfortunately, we just didn't have anybody that could go Super Saiyan that day and take him out.
You know, it is funny what you watch with your teammates that people wouldn't expect. I remember a lot of mornings. Kyle Williams and Matt Flynn lived right above me, Peter Dykowski as well, and we all had a class together, or me, Matt, and Kyle did. And before we go to class, we'd watch a little Dawson's Creek, a little rerun on TBS.
Yeah. I don't know if you were you. I don't know if you're maybe drawing lessons in the same way that we were, but
I don't know. Pacey, the way he went after Joey. I mean, we're all happily married, bunch of kids. You know, I don't know.
What show did? I mean, we used to all get together and watch Jersey Shore back in the day. Let's get drunk while we watch people get
Nip
drunk.
Tuck was one.
Bro, I had to bail on Nip Tuck because like we had the DVDs and I went into like one of these bingy wormholes, and at a certain point I was like, I feel worse about myself watching this. Like I feel a little dirty right now. It might have been when I saw him hump a girl off of a rooftop and the girl died. And which is actually very funny.
I was about to say, you stopped after that?
That feels like peak T-Bob.
Yeah, I know. But I just felt greasy, man. At a certain point, Nip Tuck just became. I just ended up bailing on it, dude.
That was a big guys from the West Bank. I'll just leave it at that. I won't throw any names out there. After every practice, Nip Tuck tonight.
Oh wow, just super hyped.
Super hyped.
Just super hyped to go watch some.
Super hyped.
Who's the guy that makes that show and then he makes like American Horror Story? Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh, he did that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's a freak.
Ryan Murphy's one of them TV gods,
He
right?
done
The guys that
Glee.
just have
Did that as well.
unlimited like
He did
ideas.
do Glee.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's one of those. He's who's the guy whose name was always attached to Survivor? I feel like he's had a lot of another bunch. Is Survivor still going on?
No idea.
I'm pretty
think
sure it is.
Right? Just never ends. That was huge back in the day. You're off the island. I haven't thought about it in years. When Cam dragged Patrick Peterson in the end zone, that was like when Frieza killed Krillin. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much, basically.
Sure.
Do any of your kids watch DBZ?
No.
None? Huh.
No.
A little surprised. All right. Hour 3 coming up. We never got to the LSU line talk. I think I still want to get there. We hit on baseball. We could preview a little LSU women's basketball SC tournament starting today. We touched on men's basketball. So yeah, we're doing pretty good, guys. Oh, and I'll give you a Shogun episode 1 review as well. So keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Accutemp Baton Rouge, AccutempBR.com, AccutempBR.com. All your AC, heat, and electrical needs, you want to go to Accutemp because they're the experts. Go look at the online reviews. Okay, we're talking thousands, and yet they're nearly at a perfect 5.0. And that's because they say service to the highest degree, right? Like that's like their core mission statement, their ethos, and it ain't just talk. They walk the walk. But it's something that I lack the eloquence to explain to you. You just have to trust me. Give them a shot one time, and you'll be blown away. Accutemp Baton Rouge, AccutempBR.com.
Go to the website, schedule your appointment. You can do it right now. You can do it right now, and chances are they're probably going to get it done today. I have scheduled it here, and they have beaten me to my home from the studio, ready, waiting on me. I knew exactly who was coming into my home because I got sent a profile of who was coming into my home. Schedule it today at AccutempBR.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $17,500 off new 23 1500 Bighorn trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $17,500 off new Ram 1500 trucks. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Friday, March 8th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect rainy skies with a high of 77. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll continue our football talk and preview a little LSU women's basketball. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch them in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Hour 3 of OTB. 1 hour till the weekend. Let's go, folks. Have yourself a day. YouTube.com/1045 ESPN if you want to hang out. We did forget about Jonathan Vilma. That's on us. That's an oversight.
We didn't necessarily forget. We just said that those are players that all played a bunch.
Yeah.
And we absolutely forgot about Jonathan Vilma.
Yeah, we did. I mean, Vilma is, he was the guy at the linebacker position, so we shouldn't mention him. That's on us.
He was, but those other 3.
Yeah. Well, and he doesn't have a name that sounds like DBZ, which is what kicked it all off.
Yeah.
So
I remember Semino
kind of sounds exactly like a DBZ
Semino
character.
was EAUX, and I was like, he's meant to play for the Saints. He's not from here, but he's supposed to be playing for the Saints. I think I played against him in Kansas City. Maybe is where he went.
I have no idea about Mark Semino.
He's a short fella.
Don't know anything.
He was a low man king.
Speaking of 9-inch kings, shout out my guy, Olawanu Fashanu, giant tackle, one of the premier NFL prospects, 6'6", 312, 8.5-inch hands. Let's ride. How about Mason Smith, 6'5", 306, 8.5-inch hands. Let's ride. Peyton Wilson, 6'3", 9 inches on the dot. Drake May, 6'4.5", 9 inches on the dot. It is a big, I was just looking up combine hand sizes. We got a lot of 9-inch kings joining the club, bro. You'll love to see it. Absolutely love to see it.
Do you, though?
Yeah. Roma Dunze, welcome. Keon Coleman, welcome. Sorry, Brian Thomas Jr. 9 3/4 is too big. You're not.
I would thought he had 10-inch for sure.
I need you.
Like, I know you're the test tube baby, but now I'm starting to think maybe I was as well.
Yeah, no, you're the freak here.
I know.
I'm not. If you look at all of the hand sizes, I'm actually just right in line with my height. It seems like average. You are you are a Tolkien dwarf. Just stocky, powerful, big, thick fingers, big, thick hands.
11 inches. Let's ride.
What shoe size?
12.
Okay. Which, yeah, probably still actually big for your height, I would say, right? No? Yes? No?
I don't know. You tell me. What do you wear?
12 and a half.
Fred, you don't wear 12 and a half.
Yeah, I do.
Let me see your tongue.
I don't think these have tongues. I have flippy flops on.
Yeah, let me see.
Or 13 sometimes, not to brag. I got a white foot.
Me and Jake are similar height. You said you wear a 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wear an 11, so I wouldn't say that's like.
I think it's a little big. I think it's a little
What
big.
in the
Maybe.
hell are these?
What?
Hoka sandals?
Hoka sandals,
Bruh,
baby.
they got you. They got you.
Look, I'm an
I
old
don't
man.
see a size on there.
I'm
though.
an on gal.
I like, actually, yeah, look, I've been rocking the Brooks to run in lately. Those are excellent as well. No, I like orthopedic shoes, you know? Miss me with anything else. Like, screw you. I don't care.
I wear Nike Frees from like 2009.
Yeah,
when
you
I
just
run.
hate having any support ever whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like having nice, light, not bulky.
Shout out to chat.
With 7-inch soles.
Shout out to chat for letting me know about our other 9-inch kings. All right, let's get into the offensive line real quick. Spring ball's going down right now. DJ Chester, the only new face in the O-line. You're returning all other 4 starters. It was Mizzou last year when DJ Chester got thrown in, correct?
Yeah. It was actually 3 different guys. So Turner went down. Remember, you put in Martinez. He had the high snap.
Oh, that's right.
Then they put in Chester, and Chester actually played well.
I was going to say, I came away very impressed with Chester. That's a really tough spot to be thrown in at that age, and I thought he acquitted himself very well. Just from a sheer size standpoint, the dude looks the part. Like, just looks super athletic, super big. And again, to mentally make those calls, game in the line, and manage to be a part of that, winning that game, I think that's absolutely massive. So I feel very good about DJ Chester. I'm very excited for him to move in as the center of this offensive line. And he's got a ton of great support. We talk about player-led leadership. It helps when you have Garrett Dellingers, who's been there 18 years, playing guard next. So you got Miles Frazier, who's been there now forever as well. Emery and Will obviously have a ton of experience. So I am obsessed with the frontline starters. It's the best group on LSU's team, not even close. The 2 deep gets a little interesting though. And you start to feel the departure of a Lance Hurd a little more. Whereas before, you essentially had, Jake, a 6 man that you felt awesome about, and maybe would have challenged for a starting job. But you would have 6 guys that you feel awesome about. I don't know if you're there now. Now, I mean, look, there are some exciting names like where did I put? Oh, okay. So at left tackle, like Tyree Adams. Big time recruit. He's backing up Will Campbell. According to On3, there's a lot of buzz that Tyree Adams has been doing very well, right? They think he's going to be good. Bo Bordelon's got experience at this point. You would trust him in a bad situation. But then you got like Miles Frazier. He's backed up by an early enrollee freshman right now.
Yeah.
Ethan Callaway on the 2 deep. At center, it's Cohen Eccles, another early enrollee freshman. And that's what I'm most concerned about really is backup center. I feel like
Dellinger would slide over.
Oh, that's true. Dellinger would slide over. So who would be your first guard up then?
So you also have not here yet, I don't believe, Weston Davis, who was a true 5-star recruit at tackle.
Yeah.
So kind of in the same mold as a Lance Hurd, young player, incredibly talented, not proven yet, but you felt okay about him going in that Mississippi State game a year ago. So there's reinforcements still coming. It's not a finished product just yet. Now, the offensive line depth last year was one of, if not the best in the country. Like you had guys that had played a lot of snaps, you had guys that had a lot of talent. So you take a hit there, but that's just what it is in today's
you're
world.
never going to have 2 deep of proven guys.
Not like you did last year.
I'm just saying these are the names that you're going to have to pay attention to that could potentially come into play this year. Will it be Cohen Eccles, the 4-star A&M flip early enrollee center? Maybe he just does end up winning the job, right? Or does Tyree Adams, is he doing so well that he becomes your guard and tackle kind of backup? We'll watch it develop. But again, I believe in Brad Davis first and foremost, which is great in terms of hoping for the future. And I love the pipeline that they have. A lot of talent, even if it is a bit of younger talent. That's another reason why I feel bullish on receivers, though, is because I love Cortez Hankton. You look at what he did at UGA. I think they've definitely missed him, right? Like, the UGA receivers haven't been anything to write home about since Hankton left. When it was Hankton and A.D. Mitchell, and then they were doing great. And so you look at he comes to LSU, and all of a sudden he finally unlocks this group that had so much potential for so many years. And so I'm very excited for him to get to work with Kyron Lacey, Chris Hilton. I believe Aaron Anderson was maybe taking the majority of ones yesterday, and then it was a mixture of Xavier Thomas was in that mix. Where I'm like C.J. Daniels. And who am I missing?
Kyle Parker.
Yes, Kyle Parker.
He was in the 2 deep.
Yeah, Kyle Parker is kind of the surprise name there, right? You still thinking Shelton Sampson Jr. just because of kind of the profile coming out, but both those guys arrive at the same class, and it looks like Parker doing well in the slot.
It's probably a mentality that will get us eventually, but until it does, I'm just always going to assume that position at LSU, like DB was for a long time,
yeah,
a long time. Like, I'm just always going to assume that young guys are going to step up, and you've got the next one waiting in the wings. Like, just so many times, I don't even know like how far you go back, but they just had first round after first round after first round.
I mean, I go back to Saban era from Josh Reed on. You feel like you've had first round receivers nearly yearly.
Yeah, I mean, Buster Davis and Dwayne Bowe, like during my time playing here. I
mean,
Jarvis
during my time,
like
Ruben and Terrence were criminally underused, and Ruben was going to be pretty good in the NFL, so maybe my time was a bit of a lower one, but we also had like 4 or 5 guys that, didn't do anything in college and then ended up making it in the league forever just because they were so damn they were so damn good. They were just we weren't very good at taking advantage of them. But then Jarvis and Odell were young cats when I was there. Obviously you have the trio from 19. Now you've got
DJ
Brian Thomas
Chark
Jr., Malik Neighbors, and a DJ Chark bridging that gap. So it feels like damn near 20 years of wide receiver U for LSU.
So like that's a position where you have some young guys. Kyle Parker would fall into that. Sampson would fall into that, and so they're going to get their opportunity. But like of that group, I think the guy that I want to see continue to make strides and like just kind of take over a spot is Chris Hilton.
Yeah,
because he's been here a long time. He's played, like, so there's something there that he shows day in and day out, right? And he's had a couple of chances to make the moment, and that hasn't come. And that hasn't come just yet. He had a nice bowl game, nice catch there, nice touchdown grab. So we know the skill is there. We know that they like him because, again, multiple staffs, he's been out there on the field. He's now staying healthy, which that was a problem, I guess, early in his career. I want to see him take over and be one of the guys in 11 personnel that is always on the field.
Yeah, well, and is it fair to say that he has the skill set that nobody else does in terms of straight line speed?
I mean, others have it, but they don't have that.
That's what I'm saying. But like he's like the most extra normal of that crew in that way.
We saw Drew Brees throw him a touchdown in the Texas Bowl. It was like he down there somewhere and just threw it.
Even though
last play of the game.
Watch the Kyron Lacey highlight. I know it's a dumb spring day one highlight, but the back shoulder throw by Nuss is a thing of beauty, and the one-handed snag by Lacey is exciting. Now, obviously, look, Kyron Lacey, it's easy to see. He's got the body that nobody else has on the team. He's got the experience. He's got the most numbers returning. The bottom line for Lacey is just consistently catch it more. I mean, that's it. Which is, that's easier. That's easy for me to say. That's it. That's all you got to do. Look at this. Did you see this, Jake?
Yeah.
Ooh, Odell-esque, dare I say? And that's not even a situation where you can come after the DB because that's just perfect execution by the offense. Like a perfectly thrown back shoulder will always beat the defensive back. There's no guarding that right there if you can do that consistently.
Man, I wish practice wasn't in the mornings.
I know.
I would love to still be able.
And they're practicing right now. They're probably wrapping up right now or something, right?
Yeah, because they started 7:55, if you will. That's what time everybody gets to go in. So they probably start at 8.
Oh, well.
Oh, how about this from Pierce Lee? For 3 straight years, Hilton has had the final touchdown in a bowl game.
What?
All right.
That's a weird
Yeah.
Palmer Pluckers trivia question right there, dude. Yeah, that was smooth in that catch, bro, for sure. Emil says I'm looking for big things out of C.J. Daniels this year.
I am too, but so many times we get excited about transfers from the portal, and you just have to remember, and I have to tell myself this, they're coming to a new space, a new team, a new situation, a new conference. All of that is new. So the player that they were at their previous spot is not always the player they're going to be at their new spot. Now, it might be worse, it might be better, we don't know.
Well, and it's a new level of competition for him, too.
And it is.
Significant step
and again, like, go back and watch Omar Spates at Oregon State. He was a beast. He was a difference maker on the field. He flashed more than anybody that I watched in the Pac-12 on that side of the ball a year ago. He comes here, just doesn't work out. Not the same player. A lot of different reasons. Coaching would fall into that as well, but just not the same. You never know how somebody is going to integrate themselves out of the transfer portal. So that is a player that is going to have every single opportunity to go out there and be a true receiver 2, receiver 3, whatever it might be, because I do think Kyron Lacey is the one, but you just don't know right now. So these young guys that we're talking about, in Parker and Sampson and others, they have to continue to fight for one of those jobs.
Yeah, I don't care if you're a transfer. It's my time. I'm trying to get that job, man. All right, when we get back, more, look, hour 3 of OTB, I can't promise what's going to happen. I mean, you just got a full segment of football talk, so you're welcome. I do want to talk about Shogun a bit, and
we're not talking about Shogun.
Why?
Because I don't know anything about it, and I'm just going to be sitting
No,
here.
I just mean I'm just going to give a bunch of people have been hitting me up asking for my thoughts on it. So I give spoiler-free thoughts on it. That's what I mean. Not like a discussion. It's like 1 minute.
I was saying,
like
I can add
No. Just like
nothing to
1
that
minute quick
conversation.
review about Shogun. Okay. It's tight. I mean, there you go. It is tight. It's like super tight, actually. All right, when we get back, OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Chat saying, don't put that Jonathan Giles curse on that man. Yeah, that's what Jake's trying to help us avoid.
I'm trying.
That's what Jake's trying to help us avoid. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Go to All-Star Toyota and see what they can offer you, man, for your next vehicle, new, used, where you still get that Toyota certified used vehicle warranty. So you have the peace of mind. Maybe you just need a rent. And then I keep talking about the service center because it's not just Toyotas, okay? It's not just from All-Star. Any makes and models are welcome. You get in an accident, bring your insurance claim into All-Star Toyota, get the free professional estimate, and let them get you right. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
If you've got a trip coming up, because I believe spring break is, if it's not next week, it's 2 weeks for most places here in Baton Rouge, and you want to rent that Toyota, go check out the per-day rental prices on their website, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
How appropriate. Somebody really said that. Do you have a stroke? Okay, that's cool. I love when somebody makes an over-the-top, aggressive choice work because they're just talented and they go for it. Turn it up. It's like Forrest Whitaker in Rogue One doing that crazy voice for Saw Gerrera, but it actually works.
This whole album is so relatable.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
Damn it, what do I want to talk about right now? I forgot.
Shogun.
Oh yeah, that is one thing for sure. Daniel Blunt says, I do love Alanis. If I get in your car and you play Jagged Little Pill, I'm immediately more into you.
Yeah, sometimes I just put the CD on, and like sometimes you just have a day where you just need a Alanis. You just need a little Jagged Little Pill.
Rohit's right. We do need to bring back Tears for Fears though, Friday in the final segment. How do we get away from that? You don't want to bring it back?
Well, today we've been playing nothing but women. Today's International.
Oh no, I know that.
Day.
No, I know it's against the theme, but it doesn't exist outside the theme, given that we did it for so long. Or do we can wait till next Friday to
I
do
don't
it?
have an
I'm
opinion.
okay.
I don't have an opinion on this because I don't really know what you mean.
I'll explain it. But you do have an opinion on UFC. We're gonna get there in a minute. Okay, so real quick on Shogun. Like I said, it basically sums down to, yeah, it was a really good first episode. It's tight. A lot of good political intrigue set up. I see the Game of Thrones comparisons. Pretty high production values, I would say. Like high production quality, certainly. Really good writing. I don't know where it's going to go. Can it land the plane? Can it remain consistent? But I love the setup. Like I'm super excited to watch episode 2 probably like on Sunday or something. So shout out Shogun. Everybody who was recommending it was right. I would recommend checking it out and seeing if you're into it or not. It is subtitled though. So, if that's cool with you, then good. Then if not, then it's just not for you. Let's see. Emil in the chat says, T-Bob's giving off some strong Bang Bus vibes right now. What's Bang Bus?
No idea.
You serious?
I don't know what it
I was
is.
about to say.
I know Magic School Bus.
Yeah, with Miss Frizzle.
Yeah.
Favorite Magic School Bus episode? Go.
How am I supposed to know?
Oh, the one I know. The one when they go inside that person and look at their innards.
It's really hard to beat when they shrink down and go inside the body.
Going back to Closer by 9 Inch Nails.
It's one of the absolute best.
That's-
I also, the one that really stuck with me too is when they're explaining to you about sound waves, and I think they're in like a haunted house or something. They're like, Heidi, 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 loady, load, and you can like see it bouncing off. You can see like the difference in the frequency and the, what's the height and depth of the waves called on a sound wave? Frequency is how many waves, like how often the waves are going, right? How many waves you have in a set period. What's the height and bottom called? Anybody know? That's why we're all in Sports Talk Radio?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Don't.
Did you watch Magic School Bus, Jake?
No.
Really? That was after your time in school?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know what it is, but no.
Interesting.
I ain't never seen one, Bo.
Amplitude is what I was looking for, Rohit. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It was right there on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, sure.
UFC, Amplitude, yep. UFC coming down this weekend. Alondra, you got some picks, some thoughts? What is it, UFC 299? How we feeling?
UFC 299. I'm hyped up. I was telling you in the break that this is a really good card. If you could turn on the fights anytime tomorrow and find a good fight, but the main card is really good. And Gilbert Burns and Jack Della Maddalena are on there too. And you know, Gilbert Burns, he's a vet, but I'm gonna take Maddalena in this one.
Okay.
Kevin Holland and Michael Page are facing off too. Michael Page is awesome. He is a really good fighter. I would catch this fight because Michael Page is on the come up. I'm taking Page over Holland in that one. Our very own Dustin Poirier, the Diamond. He's going to face off against Benoit Saint Denis. And look, I love Dustin Poirier.
That's the most French of all matchups.
Yeah, it's pretty French. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? What's his name?
Benoit Saint Denis.
Benoit Saint Denis.
Yeah.
Hello. Bonjour.
Yeah.
My name is Benoit. Je m'appelle Benoit.
Dustin's coming into this fight 29-8. Benoit is 13-1.
Oh.
But
rather catch these hands from the Diamond.
So I love the Diamond. I'm going to take BSD in this fight. We just saw Topuria knock out Volk. It's a new era in the UFC. I can see the same thing happening here. And of course, the main event, Sugar Sean O'Malley, Marlon Cheeto Vera. So excited for this one. They've already faced off before. Cheeto won that fight by a technical knockout. And I can see this happening again. I'm going to take Cheeto in this fight over. I love them both. I was telling Taylor this morning, I love Sean O'Malley, and I really, really like him. But
he's got a great personality.
Yes.
He's got a great online presence.
Yeah, presence and like online and in the octagon. Like after he won the title, it was awesome. Like the show that he put on.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take Cheeto in this fight.
He gets it.
Yeah, he gets it.
I do like Cheetos better than like sugary snacks.
Right. I'm gonna take salty over sweet.
Ooh.
He's a plus 230 underdog, and I'm gonna take it.
My wife made the rookie mistake of putting some cheese balls. Some cheese balls in the house yesterday.
Mm.
And if there's one thing I can't control myself around, it's cheese balls. Oh my god.
Like
like those puff,
the big
like the
huge canister.
She got like a little one of like some of the, how like how a lot of grocery stores now have like what are essentially, I'm using air quotes, healthy versions of the crap snacks that we grew up in, just that they're like use like actual food ingredients instead of like just like chemicals. But so she got that, but for cheese balls, and it did not last. I can't control myself. I don't think I'm addicted to anything more. If there is a giant barrel of it, I really have to be worried, because if I'm around it for the entire weekend, I will just ruin my gastrointestinal tract. Just absolutely take it out to the woodshed and beat the hell out of it. I ride it hard and hang it up wet if I got a barrel of cheese balls around me.
Cheese balls, huh?
Love it. Can't help myself. And like so the Blackwells sometimes will have some, and we'll go stay up there for a couple nights or whatever, and every time I walk by it, I just grab a handful.
Well, that's not that many.
And then
for
I wash
you.
my hands and I tell myself I'm not going to do it again. But then by the end of the weekend, I've eaten the entire thing. Hey, relax.
So you got like 3 cheese balls in your hand.
No, it's at least 7.
All right.
Thank you. Not that big.
But I will say your hand size being able to go fully in the canisters.
No, this is a big.
That's what I'm saying. Like for you to
barrel.
be able to go in there, that's a big advantage for you.
Somebody tried to correct my friend saying that je suis as I am. Je m'appelle is like my name.
My name.
M'appelle, my name.
One more note on the fights, not UFC, but boxing. Boxing tonight, UFC heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou is going to be facing Anthony Joshua. He's a plus 320 underdog. Yeah. I am taking Ngannou all the way in that fight. I love AJ, but he's a little washed.
Yeah. What about? So, what about this Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight? It's going down.
I think it's stupid, first of all.
Why?
Because Mike Tyson is a 57-year-old man.
Yeah, but have you seen his shadow boxing? He's still a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast. I agree 100%. But if you let Jake Paul get one good sneak on him, I don't know if we can get a 57-year-old to get back up.
Bruh, they call him Iron Mike for a reason.
I mean,
I know Jake thinks he's got a cannon, and I think Jake's like a better boxer. I know like he's not like a true
I don't think
pro.
Jake is a good boxer at all.
I mean, he's okay. He's not what are we judging it by? Off of like real lifelong professional boxers?
Yeah, I think
sure,
he should
he's not
actually
on that. He's not on that level yet.
Yeah, I actually
But he's
think
not
that,
like he's not awful. Like for somebody who came to this as late as he did, I'd say he's actually pretty damn good.
No, I mean if he boxes at the Y, he's probably going to come out winning.
No, he's
but,
better
I mean,
than that.
again,
Though, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I said. He's going to win at the
He's
Y.
beat other people who are fighters.
He actually has.
Professional fighters.
Yeah.
Like they may not be boxers by trade, but they're professional fighters. So he's not nothing. But Mike Tyson is a professional boxer by trade.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
And a dog.
Yeah.
He
Iron
is.
Mike. I kind of doubt as much as Jake thinks he's got a cannon, I doubt he could knock out Mike.
I mean, I guess we're just going to have to see.
I
He's
just
an old
hope.
man.
I really just hope. Yeah, but man,
He was Iron Mike.
Some of them old men. Like my dad is 66 years old. He still got that. He still got that grip. Right?
Yeah.
He still goes out and he'll still because
I think that
he's a meathead.
He's got that old man strength. I mean, Mike Tyson would be like.
He still goes to the academy and boxes young guys.
I think
Like,
that Mike
he can't help
Tyson
himself.
has the ability to knock him
Your
out
dad
cold.
does?
Yeah.
Really?
I think he has the ability to knock him out cold. Like
I just
Jake
hope he
Paul.
doesn't take a fall.
Right.
I
That's
hope
my
that he doesn't
thing.
take
It's like there's
paydays
just
like,
so
oh,
many like,
bruh.
No, Tyson ain't going to take a
Nothing
fall.
we have
No.
ever seen about Mike Tyson said he would take a fall.
He ain't doing that.
I'm just saying.
He
like,
bit Evander's ear off
there's
that one time.
Yeah.
I
When?
know,
What year
but
was that?
This would be a lot of money. I just hope he doesn't take a fall from
He ain't taking no fall. That man don't need no money. He's good.
I'm just saying. There's a real possibility that Mike Tyson gets knocked out by Jake Paul.
I know
And that is
I know
embarrassing
that like I
for
know
Mike
that like
Tyson.
time. I know that
I
time.
hope Mike catches
I know.
him though. I don't even care about the Paul brothers, like good, bad, or indifferent. I don't care about them, but I hope Mike catches him and he knows what it's like to feel like an Iron Mike
Bro,
Tyson.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't see. I don't care how old he is. Like Jake saying, he's got that old man strength on him, bro. I don't care. He ain't that. He's still moving. He's on HGH. You know what I'm saying? Like this is 2024.
Yeah.
This ain't your normal 57-year-old. This is Mike Tyson who still actively trains constantly and is probably on the best, most expensive like HGH, HRT, whatever it want to be. Like he is still jacked. I
think Jake has those same resources.
Oh,
for him to train, for him to be on a good diet.
Again. But Mike is a way better boxer.
Yeah.
And has way more experience.
I agree.
And is a dog-ass dog. It's Iron Mike. He came up like.
I agree. I still think he can get knocked out by Jake Paul.
You think Mike's gonna get knocked out by somebody who used to be on the Wizards of Waverly Place?
Nope.
I don't know if he was he on that show?
No, I was just doing a Disney.
so.
I was just doing a Disney thing. I don't know what show he was on. But
I think he was on any show, right?
Was he? I thought he was like. I
thought
know
they
there were
just were
Vine
YouTube
stars.
streamers.
No, there
No,
were
he
Vine
was on a
stars.
Disney show.
But he was on a
was
Disney
he?
show back in the day. Yeah. Or one of them was, at least.
I mean,
I'll
Jake
watch
Paul is
this.
9-1 with 6 knockouts.
He lost to Fury though.
Yeah,
and the guys he's usually fighting, they're great MMA fighters.
Yeah.
They're not natural boxers.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And now he's running into mine. All right, we probably spent enough time on this. But when is this fight?
I think
20th.
April. Oh,
It's
no, June
June
20th.
20th.
July.
Oh, yeah,
It's July 20th.
Mike's winning.
Yeah.
Mike's going to train for real.
Yeah.
God. I mean,
but see, I kind of want to watch.
he's
you know?
literally
I'm
the
watching.
the
To their
one that said
point-
everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
To their point, too, Jake, like, you tell me you don't kind of want to watch that?
Oh, I'll watch it.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
The
no,
Paul
I'll watch
brothers,
all of it.
If there's
I'd
one
pay
thing
to
that you
watch that.
cannot dispute the Paul brothers on, they are incredible pitchmen. and showmen.
They're great on the mic, and that's what we want to see in these combat sports. Like,
Yes.
we want to see somebody get up there and intrigue us by their mic skills, and they've got them.
A lot of people are pointing out that Shogun was before Game of Thrones in his big miniseries in the 80s after the book came out. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check out the book. I didn't know that was I didn't know it was a book. Anybody have to play and they get punched in the mouth? Get him,
Bruh.
What?
Be slandering that man.
Alondra played it. That was the clip.
I know, but that's him saying that.
Yeah,
that's
that
you
was
saying
him. No, that was him saying it just
yeah,
now.
but you just said it like him.
No, he said that. Alondra, that wasn't me. I was just sitting here.
I had it ready to go.
Yeah, she had it ready to go. All right. Sorry, I'm just looking at chat. When we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com. You need purlin, tubing, sheet metal, steel buildings, any steel needs. You need Community Steel. In Gonzales, Louisiana, they're live, they're local, they got the best prices, and they got actual human beings, boots on the ground humans you can form relationships with, get to know. They can serve your business or your personal steel needs, right? So whether it's like you just maybe you got like an RV or something, you need to cover that thing up, a little steel overhang, they got you, man. Again, purlin, tubing, sheet metal, steel buildings, any of it. Go see it, go touch it, go feel it at Community Steel in Gonzales, Louisiana, communitysteelco.com.
And when you go to that website, remember, they've been open for almost 3 hours now. So they're waiting on you, and you can go see them in Gonzales, Louisiana. If you're wondering where it's at, just go to that website, communitysteelco.com. Very top right corner. Click on that. It's going to show you exactly where they're located. Call them today. Also, 225-647-2020.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal.
Her hair is hollow gold.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
She's got Betty Davis eyes. She'll turn her music on you. You won't have to think twice. She's pure as New York snow. She got Betty Davis eyes. And she'll tease you, she'll unease you, all the better just to please you. She's precocious, and she knows just what it takes to make a pro blush. She got
Welcome back.
stand-up
OTB. We got Jordan in the house right now. Jordan, real quick, we were talking about during the break. Again, shout out the Paul brothers. They know how to get people's interest. Because the Tyson-Paul debate continued into the break. We're all feeling bullish about Tyson. Alondra's saying Jake has a puncher's chance, if nothing else. Jordan, where do you stand?
Well, like I said, even though Jake didn't agree with me, but he's 60 years old, man. Come on, man.
He's 57.
He's 57.
He's 57. 3 years on that, man.
As a 38-year-old, very soon to be 39, I ain't 40.
He ain't 40 yet.
Okay. If you're not going to round him up, he's 57 years old.
He's damn near 60.
He's damn near 60, right? And what Jake Paul's 26, maybe?
Yeah. He's 26.
Come on, man. He's in his prime, man. Like,
But how does Jake's prime compare to Mike's old age, right? Like, I don't know that Jake's prime
question.
is. We go find out.
We're gonna find out what happens.
We're
But,
gonna
I
find
mean,
out.
it just. I don't know.
It's a good
I feel
question.
like you can't discredit the fact that he may or may not knock out Iron Mike Tyson.
He ain't knocking him out.
I just can't.
Maybe he might.
I almost feel like Mike could, but
I
this
can
is
knock out Dustin Poirier, but I'm not going to because
You
it
might.
can't happen.
this is where it's
Justin
like
hit us up.
This is
Let's
where
set
I
it
have
up.
an unrealistic view of
No,
Mike Tyson.
Let's don't.
Is that I feel like he could sit there and just be like, all right, hit me as hard as you want, and then he would
Yep.
eat it.
Well,
then he would
and
eat
look,
it.
we
but I
were-
don't think that's actually true. But that's just like how he just has that dad strength in my mind.
Well, and look, we were talking about it during break, and anytime somebody brings this up, people are like, well, you're just hating on Jake Paul. Fact of the matter is, at 58 or however old y'all want to say Mike Tyson
He's
is,
57.
he's still the best fighter at 58 that Jake Paul's ever fought.
57.
57.
Yeah, I agree.
He's 57.
I
He
can't-
doesn't. He'll be 58 at the time of the fight, though.
There you go.
There you go. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's still 57 though.
Okay.
But he will be 50. His birthday is like
I'm
in June.
sitting here.
Cervezas Cristal.
All I did is I went to Twitter and I typed in Mike Tyson just to see like if there was going to be a video of him recently training. Y'all go watch that one that they just put up.
Yep.
Where? Just on Twitter right now?
Yeah, just type in
Taylor,
Mike Tyson. I'm
Actually,
sure
I'm
there's
going to
gonna
wait
be
till
one.
Taylor shows it to us on air so I can
Yeah.
see it. Have you all seen these Cerveza Cristals memes?
No, I don't know. What
I don't
that
know
is.
if I'm sourcing these absolutely appropriately or correctly, but there was a screening. There's okay. So Lord of the Rings. I can't remember what country it is. Maybe it's Mexico. I don't know. But when they would
Chile.
show them on it was in Chile, when they would show them on television back in the day, they wanted to kind of avoid commercials to not screw it up, but they wanted to make money, right? Whoever bought the rights to it. And so they did all these great, they had a lot of scenes where they would throw in like a scene out of nowhere where like somebody's like showing a sword and then you just see a hand come in like Cervezas Cristal, and now it seems to be taking over the internet. I probably did an awful job explaining. I was filling time while Taylor found
I need
this.
to see this.
Bro, look at this man. Like you and tell me that he ain't still
He's got
ready
that
to throw.
speed.
Bro, he's still fast.
Yeah, he's got some speed
Bro,
on
he's
him
still
for real.
fast,
Yeah.
dude. Oh my god. Now, would he get winded? How long can he keep this up? Maybe I would be so terrified to be that trainer right there, bro.
Yeah, because
Oh
he's
my
not hitting you in
God.
the head. He's backing down when he's yeah. Oof. I hope I look like that at 57.
In the chat, Daniel Alston says Francis Ngannou is fighting Anthony Joshua tonight. If you want to talk about a real boxing match, I mentioned that.
But is that much more real though?
I think so.
I mean, it's more real.
So he faced Tyson Fury. He gave Tyson Fury, who is arguably He's arguably the best heavyweight champion or the best heavyweight boxer out right now. Gave him a run for his money, knocked him down. Francis Ngannou is pretty good. So
is Tyson still the best?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm taking Ngannou over Joshua. Like I said earlier, Joshua's a little washed. He's a pretty boy. He let it get to his head a little
Fury
too much.
beat him.
Yeah, Fury beat him. And he took back-to-back losses to Usyk.
Oh, was it not Lord of the Rings? Was it Star Wars that did the Cerveza Cristal? Maybe that's what it was. Rohit Kavakava says when Obi-Wan was giving Luke his first lightsaber, they actually cut to him pulling out an ice-cold Cerveza Cristal. That's what it was. My bad. You're right. Not Lord of the Rings. Or maybe they did it for both. I don't know. Or maybe it was just Star Wars. Either way. Shout out Cerveza's Coors Light, who we love here on OTV.
Yeah.
Shout out Rejuve Me Medical, because that's what our guy Iron Mike needs.
Yeah.
And is already doing, I'm sure. RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me from Rejuve Me. You want to feel younger, faster, stronger like you used to, like Iron Mike used to. Well, they got you, man. You got facial aging, mood and memory problems, insomnia. You got weight gain. You can't really explain. You're not seeing the returns in your workout. Like all of these, it's not, it's not rocket science, y'all. These are all the untreated effects of aging. And at Rejuve Me Medical, they understand that, and so they know how to combat it. And so why don't you go trust them to draw your labs and give you, that free consultation on what your body needs, because your body's the guide. What Jake needs, I don't need. What I need, Taylor doesn't need, and so on and so forth. 20, 30, 40, 50, male, female, don't matter. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. God, his legs look great.
Look great.
Talking about Tyson. If you're just listening on the radio. Bilbo says, what about the weight gain I can explain? Well, yeah. At that point, I don't know if Rejuve is necessarily going to be able to help that. That's just too many cheese balls.
That's on you, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, it's on too many cheese balls. All right, when we get back, Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Sweet.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
This is where you tell them about Trash Rangers.
Trash Rangers. Okay, I was looking. Yeah, Trash Rangers. Check it out, y'all. Again, if you're in Livingston Parish, you're in Essentia Parish, you want Trash Rangers. You have a choice. You're lucky. Some of us don't get to choose. You can choose Trash Rangers, who's going to give you the best service when it comes to your waste disposal. You go to trashsignup.com in just 3 minutes. You select the amount of cans, your pickup date, see how much it's going to cost. Remember, they text you the night before they come out so you never forget again, and they're local. So unlike these other companies, the trash and the profits stay here in Louisiana. Trash Rangers, go to trashsignup.com.
When you look at the reviews from Trash Rangers on the website, we told you a couple of weeks ago, 4.7 overall rating. Just read some of these. Love them. They always come through, unlike the other ones. Reliable service, quick to deliver new cans, fair price. TrashRangersLLC.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Hope everybody's having a great day. Shout out. It's International Women's Day today.
Yep.
Shout out to all the special women in our life and the men that make them.
That feels...
What?
That was a good joke.
That's like what people say all the time.
Yeah.
Shout out, and the
Yeah, it ain't about you today, though,
Shout out to Alondra
Yeah, shout out to Alondra. I agree.
and Blondie.
Our new OTB princess.
Blondie.
I like that, OTB princess.
Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Live. Visit our hotels at Blue Moon, Lot Sky, Citrus Suite. Is Alondra saying Holman over schemes the worst take ever on this show?
There's been some pretty bad takes on here.
True.
I don't know.
That's true.
That one's not that
Taylor
bad.
exists.
Yeah.
So.
I mean,
he loves Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, true.
What do we think the worst?
okay,
take
yeah,
on
I'll
this
say
show
yeah,
was?
it is the worst we've had on the show. I wasn't gonna, but she mentioned Baker. So.
I don't know. I've had some pretty awful ones. Ask the Bench. Most badass animal sidekick in any show, movie, or cartoon.
Animal.
For me, I used to love Johnny Quest's dog Bandit. Maybe
The
not
Wild
badass, but I loved him.
Thornberries, Darwin the monkey on the Wild Thornberries.
Shout out Paxton Kling.
Yeah.
Hooch.
Ooh, Turner and Hooch. That's a good one.
I don't know.
Or
The
Jerry
dog
Lee
on I Am
from
Legend.
Jerry Lee from K9 with Jim Belushi.
Even though he died.
The dog Beethoven from the movie Beethoven. Hashtag Ask the Bench. Who would win if the ESPN building had a boxing match? I mean, I think me and Jake would be in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to win out of that? Where I'm going to say me, he'll say him, and that's just is what it is.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care what any of y'all say.
Yeah, we both got to fight. Just like T-Bob and I still have a ping pong match that we have to settle.
That's true.
Who's the best ping pong player
true.
because we are one for one.
Yeah, we split.
right
They were
now.
very close, and so then nobody wanted to lose, so we just kind of been like talking crap and letting it just sit there.
It would truly be because our personalities, like Ivan Drago to the death. But
if he dies,
no
he dies.
offense to anybody else in the building. I ain't got nobody else. Ain't nobody else in the finals right now. Ain't nobody else
Ask the
in
Bench. No, I
finals.
don't think so.
Yeah.
Best sandwich for International Women's Day.
What?
Ooh.
What?
My favorite sandwich, it's the...
I make myself sandwiches. I make myself sandwiches every day. I love
The
sandwiches.
Newly's special at Newly's out in Prairie. I'm telling you, you got to go.
I'm not even
Mentioned
gonna
it a few
answer this
times.
question.
It's a good one.
I love.
I'm down a Klitschko brother rabbit hole right now.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you are talking
I told
about.
you.
I love a good club
What
sandwich.
was Vladimir's brother's name? I forget it.
Ooh,
Did you
BLT.
find it?
Gosh, I was looking at boxing record.
Oh no, you're good.
Ask the bench. Could y'all go on Survivor? And if so, could you win?
I don't know the premise of the
Nah.
game,
You don't even know. Wow.
Yeah, I've actually never
never
watched
seen
Survivor
it.
either.
so I can't definitively
Vitaly
say yes.
Klitschko?
Yeah, Vitaly. Yeah, there you go.
They never
He's the
seen-
mayor.
They never
or
seen
something like
Survivor,
that.
dog.
I mean, I know
They don't
you're
even
on an
know how Survivor
island with a
works.
bunch of people. I don't know like the games, like she was saying. Like I don't know
Y'all
the
are
premise.
16. That's what we talking
All
about.
right, let's stop.
Y'all are for sure 16. I don't know why y'all fight it.
Real
Speaking of International
10 years
Women's
ago,
Day,
I was.
I applaud Alondra for this. Most of the time, they're like, never ask a woman her age because they don't like to talk about how old she is. Alondra gets offended when you say she's young.
She does.
When you say I'm 16, because I'm not 16.
Well, clearly.
Yeah.
17.
All right.
MMR Group. Join MMR, ignite your career, the largest privately owned electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation. Right now, MMR is seeking talented individuals to join the team for over 3 decades. Where's it headquartered? Right here in Baton Rouge. They get offices all over the globe, so you will travel the globe working with MMR. And look, they have a tailored path for both professional, personal development. You couple that with outstanding benefits, super dynamic culture, and whether you're a student seeking internship, you're a seasoned pro, or you're just beginning your career, MMR offers a variety of positions just for you. So build your future with MMR. Apply now at mmrgrp.com. That's mmrgrp.com. Shout out MMR. Ask the bench. First adult beverage of choice after the show today. I'm going to drink a lot of cold Coors Light.
Still got to work. I still got a 3-hour show coming up here in a little bit. Oh.
Yeah.
Norma would have a bottle of champagne in me right now. Ask the bench. What's the best vacuum out right now?
Roomba.
This comes from Fonz Fonzarelli. Well,
it's the only one I know.
I was going to say Fonz's mom is got to be up there as well.
On International Women's Day.
Oh, my bad.
It's an excellent
I
joke.
should have said Fonz's dad. I apologize. My bad. Love y'all. Everybody's sending a lot of love in the chat. We love you. Hope you all have a great weekend.
Hell yeah.
Ask the bench. How many times has Lake Bob invited Jake and the family to Lake? We tried last year, but the baby was just born. It's definitely happening this year, though.
One time.
One time.
It was
It's
one
definitely happening
time.
this year.
You know,
to be fair,
the
we
pecking
missed-
order of invites.
No.
God,
No.
it was
No.
like-
No.
I was like, man, those are like casual friends.
No, we ain't playing this game. We
That
ain't
got an
playing this
invite
game.
before the Hesters.
We
did.
ain't playing this game. That's not true. That's not true. It was
It ain't
the
true.
house. The house was barely available last year. We're back. It's opened up. We're good to go. It's happening.
You know, I was wondering, are we work friends?
It's
Is that
happening.
what we
Yeah,
are? Are we just
I think
work
so.
friends?
Yeah.
No. It's happening.
We've
That
never
person
been
got
asked.
an invite?
Right. We've
It's
never been
happening.
asked to hang out. Not
You just
once.
had Harlow. He could. You could. You know. I mean, it's happening this summer. Whole crew. Ooh, I'm sore. Ask the bench. No socks or no underwear. No underwear.
No underwear.
Agreed.
Socks, dude.
No socks. Your
No
feet be
socks,
smelling.
You're a horrible
stanky.
person.
No, don't do
Off
that.
the bench with Hester and T-Ba.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held